Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mystery Titans Theater. My name is Travis Voloshin, and oh boy, are we excited for this really great playlist that was put together by the Chief J historian, the Ken Burns of wrestling, the third brainbuster, Kelly Nelson. Kelly, how are you?
Doing great, as I just said before we start. Very Philly heavy evening ahead of us, and
Yeah, that's
starting
right.
off with one.
Because we are the Monsters Society of Evil, returning for the first time since around this time last year, I think it was, and that includes our usual buddy, your buddy and mine, Johnny Hedgepeth. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing great, especially the fact that I know for a fact this will not be the last time we see this pervert.
That's right. That's right.
Keep
That's
the
right.
kids
Oh,
away.
I know about the pictures.
I'm talking about our guest and Mel Phillips, the other pervert.
Yeah, and the last member of the Monster Society of Evil is your friend and mine. Some call him Sleepy, but I call him Diamond. Joe Danzo. Joe, welcome back, buddy. How you
Also,
doing,
the
man?
Wolfman.
That's right, of course,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Wolfman. And here's
Yeah, I'm very
our
good. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Ironically, Johnny and I watched WrestleMania in Philly on TV last year, and it had an Eagles theme.
That's right.
And
Finish
yep,
the story.
It
That
was
was
all good last year.
carried over to the NFL season. Finish the story for
Yeah,
the Eagles.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, even that the first night of Mania last year wasn't, it wasn't that great. But I was just marking out for all the Philly stuff. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
the Street Profits are dressed like the Eagles. I love this already.
All right, so we are opening with what is going to be. We're going to have Tito for the next couple shows,
months.
anyways, because he will be at Boom Pro Wrestling live at the Commodore on July 26th. So we want to get in as much of our boy Tito as much as possible before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Danzo, you know about Boom, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like they booked Tito. They're flying in. Are you flying in Tito from New Jersey?
Yes, we are. Yes,
That's
we are.
right.
Is that where he lives now?
Merced.
Yeah.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. His real name is
Awesome.
what? Merced.
He's been there
right?
Yeah.
since he
Well,
retired.
he's also getting honored by the BC Lions that same weekend as well. So it all kind of works out for
okay.
50th
everybody.
anniversary of him playing for the Lions. One
Yeah.
season.
Really cool.
Well, what's funny is growing up with Johnny watching wrestling, I always hated Tito because he was the ultimate face. But now that I'm older,
Yeah.
I think he's probably the most underrated wrestler. Like you never hear him mentioned
Agreed.
with the greats. And
I know.
Yeah.
he's a
Agreed.
great
Agreed.
wrestler. He really is.
And a legendary feud here that we're being a
Well,
part
and,
of.
Oh,
speaking
yeah.
of that, in this feud, when I first really started getting into wrestling, I was 14, and I already kind of had an eye for like, oh, I could tell the guys who were like really good at a different level, and Tito was one of those guys, the quote unquote work rate guys. Him, Tito versus Orndorff, those
Yeah.
matches were insane.
Yeah.
Yep. Just
Yeah,
great
it's like-
before this.
One of the
Oh,
things
yeah.
I want to tell, or I want to say to him, I want to make a point of saying to him is like, you were one of the guys who created this idea that the Intercontinental title is like the workhorse title, right?
What?
I don't know. I mean, before
No.
him was Morocco and
The
Morales.
greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh.
I think the work rate title thing came in more with Macho Man.
Macho
Well,
Man, okay.
Going
well,
forward from
whoa,
Macho.
whoa. You're cutting back. Morocco was a great wrestler, too. He just was fat, so he didn't get the credit. But you watch a lot of his matches, he could go with the scientific guys like Tito and Snuka.
Oh, back.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first one was Patterson, so work rate guy.
Right. And then Ken
Patera had it.
Yeah.
Work rate
I just
guy.
mean more like when it got talked about.
Okay. Well, it's a
I
good
don't
thing.
think it was
Good thing
talked
I
about
cleared this
that
up with you guys before I embarrassed myself.
Hey, we're older.
Anyway, let's
Hey.
not argue
Hey,
that.
Danzo and I are older.
It'd be great
so-
if you were there at the same
That's
time.
right.
Oh, wait a second, Travis. Don't forget about Ken Patera.
Or Ted DiBiase was the North American
That's
champion. If you
right.
want to
I
go
was
all
right.
the way back.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's work rate. And so this is a legendary
All right,
feud.
I'm
This
full of
may
shit.
be the first match they ever had.
Really?
Tito and on Cage Match anyway, this was the earliest date for
Oh,
these
wow,
two guys
okay.
wrestling. Yeah, this is March 31st, 1984. So
Okay.
like about 2 or 3 months before their first MSG match.
Okay, I got to point out the couple, like in the fourth row up, the old man with the MAGA hat.
I see him. I see him.
Okay.
Fine,
Okay.
fine.
Well,
look at
also,
this guy.
and-
There you go.
He's either wearing a fisherman's
Yeah, something shining on it.
vest, no, a vest, or he's wearing overalls. He's got
Well,
no
that was
teeth.
big back then with a lot of the wrestling fans. You got to remember that.
Yeah, but this
When we
is
used
the
to go, the
Philadelphia,
freaks came
man.
out for
Hillbilly
wrestling.
Jim.
I
Must
mean,
have been pretty
this
cold
guy
in
looks
Philly.
this guy looks like he should be in a Memphis audience. I'm like, what is he doing in Philadelphia?
By the way, you
But,
guys forgot to mention one other great Intercontinental champion, Pedro.
Pedro.
Oh no, I mentioned
That's
Pedro.
all he ever did. Remember, he clapped his hands.
Yeah. See, that's why I was
They
doubting
wore the
the
same
work
trunks
rate
every match.
term.
No,
The
no, dude,
orange
he
and
had a
red
closet.
trunks.
He had a closet with like 100 of those
The
trunks.
same trunks.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't the same pair.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's like
this
olive
is
oil's.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's like olive oil's closet. It's
He
just all
must
of that outfit.
It's weird because yeah, they were unique to him. Nobody had anything else like that.
We can hear the agony on.
Oh Lord!
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord!
We were all
Oh, Lord.
thinking it. We were all thinking it. So funny.
Really breathe. It's
That's great.
right in the solar plexus with
I like that kid in the front row in the satin jacket and the headband
Oh,
from his
well,
Looks like
soda.
they're
No,
freezing
it's
cold.
a winter hat. He's not wearing.
Oh, is
a
it?
headband. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
really?
Do you think that he has a big afro and he
I
has a
thought so.
headband on it?
That's what I thought. I gotta look
He
again.
was trying to drop his body.
Yeah, no, it's a hat.
Because I did at first, and then I noticed that everyone's
Freezing.
freezing in there.
Yeah, there was.
You
no
gotta
heat
remember
inspector.
the Flyers are still playing back then,
Mm,
so it would actually
The
be
ice,
pretty cold. in
the ice is
Spencer.
right
Yeah.
underneath them there.
Good-
Yeah.
good
That's
point.
They
true.
only had that thin pad over the ice. It wasn't
point.
like insulated.
Getting close to the playoffs at that time of
Yep.
year.
Moose wondering if does anyone think Valentine looks like Ann Ramsey promo from the train. Ma Fratelli. Yeah, 100%.
He does
No,
now
I think,
for sure.
He does
I think,
now,
I think he
yeah.
looks like every like remember our old gym teacher, Kelly?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of female gym teachers.
Same haircut too.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty much.
I've said it a million times. He reminds me of Littleface from Dick
Little
Tracy.
face Finney. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, he could have
wow.
played him. in the
Nice, the
movie.
hammer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And lowered that hammer on him, and now he's going to go to work on those
Hey,
plays.
Travis. So I don't know what ideas you've come up with for Tito, but if anyone is trying to make him a matador, don't do it.
Not a
Just
chance.
Oh.
Not a
Please don't do it.
chance. Not a chance.
It just feels very boomy to have him be the
No,
matador.
I'll tell you.
El Matador.
I'll tell you who were
That's a double club on
two
this
people
one.
we're pairing him
At
with.
this point.
or two potential. I'll tell you afterwards. I don't want to
Okay.
because it was going to be one for sure. And now all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a second. What if we did this?
That's
I'll have to
awesome.
tell you, and I don't want to.
Gonna cause a lot of
You know,
pain.
I'll tell you later.
Or on the
Yeah,
Patreon.
break his
So
leg.
our tens of
On the
fans
Patreon,
can-
sure. Yeah, Patreon's where I can break that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Talk about stretching out the ligaments and
This is
tendons.
great building up for the
He's still
figure fours.
maintaining it, too.
the battle of the figure fours here.
Still maintaining the
Not yet.
Was-
Not yet.
Tito only starts using it after he gets crippled by Valentine.
Oh yeah,
Toronto.
Yeah, in the
Yeah, that's
summer.
why-
Captain
yeah.
Lou.
that
Yep.
same promo we were just talking about.
It's after a match at MSG where his knees blown out or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Kevin saying, I mean, come on, Pedro had to pawn off his WWF belt so he could buy one pair of trunks. He's a better wrestler than a gambler, clearly.
making him carry his weight. Look at
Must
this.
have got a good deal from someone back in.
Oh!
Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
Up before he dropped him.
I always pop for the tiny little sombrero on Tito's
Yeah,
trunks. I
yeah.
think it looks dope.
Yeah,
I
that's
want-
a ginch we gotta get.
No, I'm gonna get that tattooed on my ass. That's the only. I've never
What
gotten
are
a
they?
tattoo, but I feel like I need one.
And then
I'm
the
gonna get it in the
Strike
exact
Force
same
lightning
place.
bolt on them.
Because
No,
also,
I
you're
know. I
famous.
thought no, that's for you guys. You two can get matching Strike Force ass tattoos, but
You're
I
famous.
thought Strike Force was
Yes.
corny.
Right, 'cause
You're
you were-
famous
That was
for,
87, so that was where wrestling became
Corny.
uncool
I'm gonna
for
get Captain Lou on
California.
my
You've been
ass.
known to.
You maggots.
You've been known to fart La Cucaracha as well, Johnny. So it could really.
Yes.
What's the date of this match? March 31st, 84. 84.
Oh,
Yeah.
84.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, very.
My favorite year in
their
WWF.
I was about to say 84 is I think the best year of
Yep.
WWF.
83 and 84, because 85 was good, but that's when they started going national and it changed.
Mm-hmm.
They still had great matches, but the product was just different.
Moose has an Achilles surgery coming up on Wednesday, so seeing these leg holds aren't exactly making that easy.
Oh, this is what they're
This is
going to
be the doctor. Yes, working
Yeah.
on you, Moose. Just this for after they knock you out. Oh, he's
And then
unconscious. Don't worry, we'll figure this
We'll
out.
film it and we'll show it on.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Just like Tito's operation.
Patreon, yeah.
That was pretty intense.
Yeah, and then they did it again with Superstar Graham a few years later. Where you're
Yeah,
like,
that
Oh,
was-
that was
gross.
brutal.
That was,
Oh,
yeah.
they showed that. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
"Ugh."
ugh.
I didn't need to see this.
No. Get right
We
into
warned
that
you not to watch.
reconstructive hip surgery.
And he still sucked.
Or
after
hip
that.
replacement, I guess it
Yep.
wasn't. God.
Fans at ringside yelling, "Come on, Tito, get up, get up!"
yeah.
Is that Graham?
Valentine,
Mhm.
Graham
No, that's
and,
a fan.
and
Graham and
Gorilla.
Monsoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean
Dick
on commentary.
Graham.
Right.
now looks to pound him some more. Can't win the title that way.
In fact, a little teaser for Joe's Patreon pick for this evening is also from the Spectrum and also from 1984.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, it's going to be a very Spectrum heavy show tonight.
Good.
That's good because we're all
Love
on
the
the spectrum.
That's what those colors are for, the different levels.
Look, I'm even wearing the t-shirt.
There you
That's
go.
not a spectrum shirt. Why there's a difference. Just saying we're all autistic goofballs. We're all different versions of Meltzer. We all know what time the trains are coming in.
Dude, this is a Star Trek Pride shirt.
I know,
That's
buddy, I
definitely
know.
something someone on the Spectrum would wear to
Ah,
a
I
Little
see what
League
your point.
baseball
Good
game.
point. Good point.
Coming down for the count of three. Just
Huh. Nothing like a drugged up Tito post surgery cutting a promo, says Kevin.
him on down.
Yeah. Oh.
Drop the elbow.
Do you think that guy in the
Is that right now?
fur coat next to the kids there is like having to do some sort of community service, Big Brother thing? He does not look happy about it.
Santana rolled away just in time. Desperation move. Boy, I'll tell you. Santana will be rolling to the end
What's
of
the jacket? Is it a Sixers? Yes, that's rad.
Nice.
And that
Trying to ram his head down into the mat, but Valentine blocked it the first time, but not that time.
Joe, I think I've asked you this before, but like you guys had more money than we did because you had cable and we couldn't even get it, but if we could, we wouldn't have had it. But we just couldn't get Spectrum, Prism. I mean,
We didn't get it. No. Yeah.
look at that old man reacting.
Lambertville had it, though. I was so
that-
mad. My friends would tell me that
The original Booker
Lambertville
T.
had it. There you
Nice.
go.
Great stuff.
Valentine down in the center of the ring, face down, prone.
that old man was air humping.
Yes.
Fucking Tito.
So, I mean, he was like Booker T and watching NXT lately. That one woman who does that.
Valentine looking for a tasty cake.
I watch WWE now because I'm just enjoying it better than it's because, you know, for all the warts and everything, it's better than it's been ever since, you know, Vince left because it was unwatchable.
Jolly Jumper coming up.
Oh, here's the Jolly
Yeah!
Jumper. There we go.
Oh.
But I don't watch NXT. It's too indie. It's too kind of indie.
AEW is terrible now, man. I can't watch it anymore.
NXT, he was saying.
Oh,
It is
NXT? Yeah.
NXT. I was like, every time I watch it, and
I
I
saw
know
that
it's
recent what's her name?
Suplexes
Suplexes Texas. Natasha Leone doing that bounce on the ropes.
Natasha Leone from Poker Face.
No,
I
God
want to
damn
see
it.
that.
Yeah, what's her name?
Season 2
Nikita
just
Lyons.
Nikita Lyons, thank you. Natasha Leone.
Oh, wow, I'll watch.
That's
I
so
do.
funny. Yes.
Can Natasha Leone do that
I love
to me?
her cutting a
because
promo.
I've been in love with her
Thank
since
you,
the
Bruce.
Really?
slums of Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah,
my.
agreed,
Wow.
agreed.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that movie in the theater, Johnny. That's back when I was watching like every indie.
Slums of Beverly
Yeah.
Hills in the theater.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
What's
was a
his name?
pretty obscure movie.
Kevin Corrigan. Kevin Corrigan's in it as well.
Yeah, I saw it, but not until it was on.
What, the one with
Movie
Richard
Channel.
Dreyfuss?
No,
that's Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Oh, never
Which I
mind.
saw that in
Because
the
you're sitting there
theater.
going, obscure
That's
movie. I'm like,
crazy.
what?
What? Adam Art
That was
or
a hit.
Alan Arkin?
Alan Arkin. Alan
Alan
Arkin is
Arkin
great in it.
was the father.
Oh, that movie. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love Alan Arkin.
I love Kevin Corrigan. Kevin Corrigan rules, man.
Yep.
Don't believe he's gone anywhere.
Grabbing some ice.
But both guys are really just about holding together.
Man, what a fascinating front row. That guy has not changed. Like, fuck this bullshit. That mustache. 3 hours of this.
To put it on Valentine because Tito's legs
60
Oh,
minute
look.
time
Oh,
limit.
Mrs. Costanza's there. There she is.
Where?
Nice drop
You-
down.
just third row up.
Nice. There you
Oh,
go.
he didn't go for
One.
the flying burrito.
Yeah, no, if he would have hit
Maybe
it,
a
that could have been it.
strategic mistake.
Right?
Tito there.
Nah, he's not losing here.
Oh, well.
This before Valentine crying the blues.
Oh, I see her. Yeah.
He had just beaten Morocco about a month and a half earlier.
Nice takedown.
Said Valentine's crying the blues.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. No.
Don't hit me more.
Foreshadowing.
Don't hit me no more, Tito. Bow, wow, now, now.
No, I thought you meant foreshadowing for his
Hammer, but
role as boxcar
Hey, maybe.
in the rhythm.
That's
and
Roy
Blaze.
Orbison.
Yeah. Boxcar.
Tito Santana is Roy Orbison.
No, that's what the Hammer was with Rhythm and Blues.
Oh, that's right. Yes, of course. Imagine Tito joining Rhythm and Blues.
Yeah.
Could have happened.
He'd be like the Richie Valens.
That would have been the
Don't get on that plane, Tito.
Chief Balance.
I was Richie Valens for Halloween the year La Bamba came out. I was pretty
Wow.
young,
That's
probably
dark.
11 years old. Yeah.
Did you have a plane?
Oh man, we loved dude, we loved that La Bamba soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
played
I
that
went
so
to that
many,
in the theater,
I saw
and
it
I
was-
had the soundtrack.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
real
that
quick.
was like so many family vacations.
I saw that in the theater with Kent and Mark Osborne, who I've
The
spoken of.
Osbournes,
The
yes.
Osbournes, right?
Nicholas Osborne.
And
Sharon!
yeah, oh my God, I wish Joe was here because he knows Kent too, because we all watch wrestling together. But anyway, we went and saw it.
Dropping a
and
monster
At
deuce.
the end of it, and at the here, I'm gonna wait for Danzo.
Just kicked
We
out.
kick out of this. So, hey Joe.
Yeah.
So we just the topic of La Bamba just came up, and I just and I wanted to tell the story, but I wanted to wait for
Of course
you.
it did.
I saw that in the theater with Kent and Mark Osborne, right?
Ah, yes.
Okay. So and at the end, the lights come up, and Kent is sentimental, and he's crying a bit. He's all sniffly and crying, and Mark just busts his balls about it, like, you pussy, like and it was insane because I'm like, Mark was like an artsy, quiet kid in school and everything, and just to watch brothers be assholes to each other,
Hilarious.
it's wild.
Well, if you remember, Ken had a short fuse. Remember
Yeah,
we
I
were
remember.
wrestling in his house and he came at me for real. I'm like, dude, what the
The
hell?
Osbournes. The Osbournes explode. That would be main event
Yeah,
in
well, the
any arena,
Osbournes got
just.
loaded because they helped create
What happened?
SpongeBob.
Is that time limit draw? Damn.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I heard the
Supposed
bell
to
just
be
ring.
as-
You
Oh,
know
is
that,
it?
right, Johnny? That they were involved with SpongeBob. They're loaded.
Look at that.
Oh,
Young
no, they didn't.
Young
but they-
Morella.
Well, Mark directed the first Kung Fu
Oh.
Panda.
That's right. Yep.
And Kent, though, has worked in all kinds of animation. He got a writing job on SpongeBob like halfway through, though. That show was on forever.
Right.
And
They're
but
calling
his
a
other big,
timeout.
I don't know. His other big credit was he took over as a writer. He started writing on, and he took over as showrunner of Adventure Time. And you could tell it's like amazing. The show's incredible.
Well, he was in that movie too.
It was a 20-minute time limit, but the screen.
wow.
20 minutes? What happened to 1
I think
hour?
it said
I know the
15
screen
minutes.
said 60-minute time limit, so that somebody fucked up. No, they said
Yeah, beat him down.
Philip said it was a 20-minute
This is
draw,
the stuff I love in wrestling.
which is
the
normal.
most.
Like 60 minutes is only if they'd had a previous draw, then you go to like the higher time.
Yeah, that's
But this
true.
was the first time they ever wrestled, so that made no sense.
Still selling that leg. Awesome.
Santana hardly able to get to his feet.
And was Tito champ here?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that kid. Sixers fan. I'm not
I
impressed.
think
Uh-huh.
Santana's
He's like, he got dragged here too.
It's been a 1 hour time limit.
God. Oh.
He's still
Well, so Monsoon's
1
talking
hour.
about
They
the
just
1
said
hour Yeah.
Weird.
miscommunication somewhere.
Oh, look
Joey
at this ref.
Morella
Is that-
fucked up.
Is that Joey Morella?
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Joey Morella.
Look at the security guards. You better back off.
5 minutes or so might have been really all over. Valentine making a motion like he's coming
Oh,
back.
Joe.
Yeah.
Since the last time you've been on, the story about when we went to go see Hogan versus Killer Khan, and the guy spit the giant loogie on me after the show.
Maybe you'll shut up for this match. Go,
Yeah, that was-
Hogan, go. We were like,
It's just,
Oh, yeah,
but
that's going to shut us up.
Yes.
yeah, but I told the story so often that I was like, it felt like an oyster. We don't even bring it up. We just bring up like the night of the oyster and just assume if our 100 of fans must already know what that means. So
Yeah.
Valentine, a tough customer. You bet.
The night of the oyster.
we should
Starring
make
Burt
t-shirts.
That should be a title by now. Yeah.
The oyster.
All right. Judy Martin versus Terry Power.
Terry
Where-
Power. So I thought, well, after I made this list the first time, it was a sausage party, so I thought we needed a little
What's this
female
from?
representation. This is from Portland, 1991, so super obscure. No one ever talks about this era of Portland, or just now. In certain circles.
I
it's
love her
getting talked
already.
yeah. Kelly's trying to get our numbers up because he knows, right? That's
about. Anyway,
it's
Judy
not
Martin's
it's not about
awesome.
empowerment.
I have no idea
It's
what
the
the quality
sexy
of this
ladies out
match
here.
will be. I've
All
had
right.
it saved for months, just waiting for the right time. Terry
Mhm.
Power would be Tori
Tori,
Okay.
in the
Okay.
WWF at the end
Ah.
of the 90s.
she didn't really wrestle that much back. Did she? Just kind
No.
of like walk around with X-Pac and
Yeah,
No?
pretty much. Yeah, not much wrestling from what I remember.
She's a lot bigger here too.
Yeah. Well,
Probably
she
soft.
had
She's
basically
probably on the
like
juice here.
oh
a
my God.
weightlifter gimmick.
She's
powerlifter.
She's murdering Ann Mira. Stop it.
Kevin had said, hopefully not a night at the Blue Oyster, talking about and then right after that, one of you said sausage party. Speaking of sausage party, that's so funny. Sausage party got bleeped on Twitch. So funny what gets edited out.
What if
I
you're
told you
talking-
guys I couldn't say greaser when I was watching a friend play a Back to the Future game. Isn't that funny? I gotta get these greasers out of this malt shop or something like this. And then greasers got bleeped. Like, is somebody using greasers for a different reason these days?
Yes, I've heard it.
Really?
Yes.
Here at the Portland Sports Arena, under the name of Tailor Made Medina, with a rock attitude.
The tailor-made Medina.
Well, a lot of things have
Hilarious.
happened, a lot of things have changed. She now calls
This is a main event in any arena.
You
May
said
have
it,
been.
Gino.
May have been in the Portland Sports Arena.
with those that she feels
At this point, they had like Al Madrill as the top heel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've watched a bunch of his
Right,
Fiesta,
right.
talk show segments.
Fiesta Garden was this talk show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe, you need to look these up. The clips on YouTube. It's Al Madrill as a heel, end of career in Portland, and he's got his own Piper's Pit. And what is it called again?
The Fiesta Garden.
The Fiesta Gardens.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm
It's-
pretty sure that's what.
It's decorated like a bad Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was about to say that sounds like a local.
Ooh,
Mexican
awesome.
restaurant.
Yeah, totally. It
Fiesta
would have been
Garden.
probably in
Fuck
Portland.
her up,
host,
Judy.
Tito
Fuck her up.
Santana.
right into a vicious
You got to check out the one where he actually talks to fans, and then starts like macking on maybe a 17-year-old girl. It's great.
Great.
reverse by
Al
Terry.
Madrill.
But our friend Pete has pimped Portland from this
Hammerlock and
time frame as
Mhm.
a
Moose
like a
asking
hidden
about-
gem. Unknown.
Yeah, well, he
Jack.
does. You know, well, you
Yeah.
know, he's. Oh, was that just 20 beers?
Yeah,
20 beers.
that's
Portland's
true.
great.
His judgment may not be the
Um,
tops anymore.
Moose, asking Billy Jack on Darkside. Did Billy Jack Haynes just pass away?
No.
No.
He's been sentenced to a insane asylum.
They put him in the
Is that what
loony
happened?
bin.
Is that what
They
happened?
put him in the loony bin where he
Yeah.
I
belongs.
thought I saw something about him recently.
Yeah, no,
And
he was
somebody mentioned
declared
Sabu.
mentally unfit to stand.
Yeah, someone mentioned Sabu in the chat. Don't worry, we've got a full Sabu tribute coming for when Jenny's on because she's a big ECW
Yeah,
fan.
I've been saving Sabu matches, deep cut Sabu
Yeah,
matches.
on June
But
7th.
we will see
Some Sabu tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
tonight.
So that means, fans, because that would have been my birthday show, but doing a Sabu tribute show with Jenny is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
So that means we're going to celebrate my birthday early with next week's show with the Z-Man.
With the Z,
Zubin,
Z man.
yes. Yeah.
I'm a little upset, guys. You didn't invite me for Z-Man?
It's my buddy Zubin.
The
Getting
corpse
married.
of
He's getting
Tom
married
Zubin.
in just over a month. I'm emceeing his wedding.
Yeah, Danzo, Zubin's awesome. He's super cool dude. And I just got like, you know what? We're gonna do just like 5 Z-Man things on this show. Just like, because I thought
like
Zank
him?
was. I
We're
thought
doing
Zank
a
was
whole
kind of
Zank.
okay but bland, but Z-Man is one of the dumbest names in wrestling history. And but still, I'm like, Z-Man's having the show. We're gonna
Was he
watch
part
a lot
of
of
Dudes with Attitudes? Or
Oh
no?
yes, he was.
Was he?
The dudes. There was a loose affiliation.
Him and
wasn't it?
Pillman were a tag team around that time that were totally,
Oh, God.
hunky.
Yeah, and Pillman didn't have a last name. I hated that too. It was Flying
Flying
Brian
You mentioned that more than
and
once.
the
worst.
Z-Man.
Yeah.
Sounds like part of the morning zoo.
You're
You're listening to Flying Brian and the Z-Man.
Yeah, totally. I think we got Al Madrill on commentary right now.
Oh yeah.
I suppose you haven't been talking good about Judy. Now, Judy's one of the greatest female wrestlers in the business today.
Putting over Judy Martin big time.
Yeah. So what if she looks like Oliver Humperdinck?
Right now, it's just that Judy has been taking a pretty good beating out there.
Oh, yeah. Look at what's happening right now.
What's Masters doing there at ringside? Pretty
We
Boy
got a
Masters is there talking
Pretty Boy Masters.
hairbrush.
That's a
Got a
new one.
hairbrush.
Messed up. You got to take care of her.
Is my favorite thing doing this show is finding these like one-shot go nowhere manager
C-level
guys
managers.
Yes.
who I'm jealous of because at least they got to do it once
Yeah,
or
yeah.
twice.
Prettier. Oh, this guy's something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Madrill.
There's Al.
Good old Al.
Recognize those lats anywhere.
Ah, he looks like
Recognize
Cena.
that bald spot. And
Yeah, it's like John Cena.
Yeah.
There's a
He loves Elvis, man.
Martin on
oh, that's right.
By the way, in the new WWE game, they have the bald spot on Cena. How fun
Yeah.
is that?
Hilarious.
I don't think so. But I tell you what, Terry Power's got it coming to her. You know, she used to run around with a grappler. And
Do you
guys
play
like
those
that. Look
WWE
what happened to
2K
her.
games,
Look at the price
Joey?
she's paying
I
right
do, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
ticked off. I paid like $150 to like supposedly get everyone.
Yeah.
And then you got to like do all these challenges to unlock certain wrestlers. I'm like, fuck this. I bought it I wanted to use like Peter Maivia and all these
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, wow.
And they're all locked up. I'm like, I don't want to play it that much. Like, you know,
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah, I
once in a
saw the
while.
ad for that. I saw the clip of the ad where
I
you play all
got
these
ripped
classic.
off, Johnny. They
Oh,
fucked
that
me.
sucks.
Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing because you were on Twitch.
What?
All right.
Okay, on this show.
No, you
What
can
the fuck are
curse. You just
talking
can't
All
about?
right,
write
good.
curse
Well, they
words.
fucked me hard. They bent me over. And $150. I was like, I don't know. I got stoned
Wow.
one night. and I was
US,
like,
yeah.
I freaking spent the money.
And they
I'm
always
like,
come down
what?
in price. Those 2K games always go on sale too.
Yeah, but that wasn't the game. I bought this pass.
Yeah, no, I get
told
it,
me
the
I was getting
package,
everyone
yeah.
in the bloodline. I'm like, I got to unlock them? Come on. Yeah, I was excited to use Peter Maivia, man. That guy was a badass.
Mhm.
Started it all.
Kevin telling us he saw El Madrill several times on WWF live shows in LA in '84.
Wow.
And the most memorable one was Murdoch and Adonis versus Madrill and a mystery partner who ended up being Mil Mascaras.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
That's crazy.
I did
Mr.
not
Take
know
No Bump.
Madrill worked WWF.
No yob.
an illegal move. She just put her knees up, and Judy Martin happened to be there.
Yeah, watch his match against Slaughter. He basically beat Slaughter. It's
Oh.
almost like a squash match.
It's
I'm
the
like,
worst
what?
Slaughter match from that.
Yeah, he
period
basically
when
gets his
Slaughter
ass
was
kicked by
having-
Mil Mascaras. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is some bullshit,
It
man.
stinks.
What
And
she
Slaughter
got?
was
Oh, it's the
awesome.
brush.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that would hurt, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, just tried to caught it. He
Back.
caught it. What's the matter?
Pretty
I'm just
boy
wrong.
master.
okay. I've never. Okay,
He's a pretty boy.
Okay. okay. This guy's my hero now. I thought he was a schlub, but
I told you.
in all
Portland,
these years of
1991.
that's it.
Fucking
In all my years of
party.
watching wrestling, I've never watched a guy throw his hairbrush in, used as a foreign object, tossed back out, and he does his hair with
Catching
it.
it straight
Bravo.
in the hilarious.
Okay, you need
Yeah.
to give that to Fines
Yes,
now.
yes, yeah. I love it.
I'm serious. You need to tell him about that spot.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I can't believe it. He's going to go out of business. He's going to go out on welfare. I just can't believe this.
Well, he should be thanked.
He's talking about Don Owen in a few years.
for the kid. And they're
But
having
the
a great.
kids, hey, when I was a little kid, we were talking
I
about
think
that.
Don did
I
fine,
could get my own money.
probably.
What's the matter? These kids can't go to work?
Hey, I heard
Fucking Al's
stories.
great. Heel Al
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
He's great because he's
Yeah,
terrible.
like he's getting kind of high pitched too. Yeah.
No habla inglés.
Yeah, all the
He
time.
just yells, he
No
yells-
English.
All right. now-
He just yells, it's like, fuck this whole kids can't fucking work in factories. Fuck them.
Terry Power in a lot of pain right now.
Corporate Sting is what Masters
Yeah, I
looks
was
like.
thinking like midget Sting or something. Yeah,
How beautiful that should be, Martin. Isn't she gorgeous?
Corporate
Beautiful
midget
face, beautiful
Sting.
body. Have you
shrunk
ever
in the dryer Sting.
seen it working, that's for sure.
Well, I see very few people in the state of Oregon who look like Judy Martin. That's you got
He
that
rules
right.
with an iron
One
fist.
right hand after another, but
That's
But
probably
it's
something-
got
that's probably
sausage fingers. You know those the way that
Dude, what was it? Corporate what was it?
Midget
corporate
Sting.
midget Sting.
Corporate midget Sting was
CMS.
definitely something that McMahon was considering during
Yeah,
that
yeah.
terrible
A way to
Sting
get
run.
back. Oh shit!
into the ropes goes
Jet season on the line in overtime. Thanks,
It's an
Moose.
OT. Yeah.
Come on, Winnipeg.
Terry Power. And here comes a whip right into the ropes.
Oh,
Illegal move there.
what was that? A flying chest bump?
She's got giant bolted on hangers.
Is trying to get out of that. That'll force a break.
Come here.
Please, Andy, trying to restore some law and order in there. Here comes
Low.
Wow, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's heat here.
level
I like it.
No, this
I mean,
is
it's
pretty decent match for the time,
Yeah.
especially.
Airbrush, what's the matter with you?
Well,
I knew it. I knew it.
there we go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Referee looked right at him.
Real slow count from.
Bad. Okay, the finish
He could-
sucked balls.
no,
From
dude, the
Mo.
ref. Okay, no,
Looks
that's
like
fine.
Mo, Calvin's bully.
The ref.
That
the
guy
ref-
was slower than Bronco.
the ref couldn't see what he was doing
Yeah,
over
it's
her
fine.
giant ass.
Okay,
That's fine. It was just the
Johnny-
match was just starting to overstay its
Johnny
welcome.
Logic.
Who's
Her
that
ass is
guy?
huge. Okay,
That's
who's
Scotty
this guy?
Mack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, dude. Hilarious.
Who is that?
I think it may be Steve Dahl or Rex King, one of the two. I can never remember.
Come on, Winnipeg.
They were the Southern Rockers
Ooh.
in Portland,
Yeah, we've seen them before.
with his hairbrush.
but I could be totally wrong.
You bet. He had a hold of Terry
But we
Power,
should definitely watch more 91 Portland in the future.
which created the pin by Judy Martin.
Was Billy Jack involved at all in that?
I don't. I think
I
he had
hope so.
already
I hope so. Oh shit.
already started promoting opposition
Oh, that's the.
with an
Oh, that's
outlaw.
at this time.
That's
yeah.
right.
I think so.
How crazy was that Dark Side? If you guys watched it.
And
I
yeah,
haven't
no,
seen
that's
it,
what
but,
Kevin
I
was
mean,
just
I-
Yeah,
asking
he's-
about. Yeah.
they interview him and I'm like, and his lawyer's there. Like he goes, "Can I answer that?"
They changed the decision. Why did she win?
Come
They call it-
on,
they
this
call
is
that
bull.
disqualification.
Just
By-
Yeah.
by
This stupid ref
disqualification.
beat the ref
Yeah,
now.
see, this is even worse because the
Yeah.
babyface just convinced him.
Yeah,
Sheer goodness.
What's he got?
Oh, he
Hey,
got no.
now.
He's got the
The brush.
That's
right in the
right.
throat.
Ugly now.
I love it.
Oh, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
I love it.
There's gonna be a riot.
Oh,
So,
over the
is this
top
guy-
rope.
So this guy isn't just a manager; he's a wrestler
He
too.
must be.
He looks like he can
Yeah.
work.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's about to do a
like him.
moonsault. Look
I'll
like
take
he's
back Take back my midget sting.
all right.
Comments
It
'cause
looked
he's-
like he was
he's
searching
entertaining
for-
me.
Pretty Boy Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my type of
I
slime.
mean, it's a total
like this guy.
flare ripoff.
my
but-
type of slime. There we go.
Yeah. My type of slime.
Johnny knows the slimier they are, the more I love them.
Well, that's number
Flair,
one contender.
Morocco.
That's our first contender for the title of tonight's episode. So it's gonna be hard to beat. Yeah. I always tried to explain that to people when I say we were, or especially you, were heel fans, because that gets associated with like smart fans, and we didn't do that. That's not what you did. You just cheered people for being assholes, and
That's
you're like,
right.
yeah. Yeah, you know, and it was
And everyone
fun to
would
do
look
with
at
you.
me like, "What's wrong with you?"
So
I mean, but to the stuff like if the referee looked to the crowd, you know, to ask, does he have a foreign object? And they're all going, yes. Joe would be going, no,
No,
Nice.
no. What are you talking
he's as
about?
honest as the day is long.
and I've done that, and I learned that from Joe. I've done it out here. At
I
house
learned
shows.
it from watching you,
I learned it
Joe.
by watching you, Danzo. And
See,
But
that's
I-
funny because I always tell people Johnny was my big influence on stuff
Rooney.
like music
Oh.
and wrestling. Yeah.
well, you know, you know, goes
I
both
will say
ways.
this to the day I die. Johnny and his friends adopted me and taught me what real music was. Because at the time, I thought whatever MTV told me was good. Remember that? You guys came over. You're like, why are
I
all your
don't-
posters from bands from MTV?
I don't remember that. I don't
You
think I
and
would have
Kent
said
even busted my chops.
Kent would have. I would have just been like, whatever. I mean,
Jimmy
like,
Jack Funk
I
was
would-
in the territory too.
Joe,
Who is this guy?
I'm trying
He has
to
the
figure
brush,
it out.
man. This is that's
he's
not
got-
right, dude.
Is
That's
that
not
Bart?
stole his brush.
Bart Sawyer.
No.
Can
No?
I
Okay.
help you?
Uh,
I'm Kevin from accounting.
Well, I don't.
Look
Is
at
this the
this guy.
I
commish?
got it.
This is the Jack
Oh,
Tunney of
that
the
sounds like a
He's
great
the
match.
Jack Tunney.
Not the Equalizer. Not Rip Oliver.
This guy was the original
Mike
Vince
Winner?
McMahon.
Is it Mike Winner?
Mm.
I think it could be.
Not that he was like this wrestling mastermind, but just he was like a
Look at that
backstage
face.
pervert.
Yeah.
I think it's Mike Winner.
Friday in Eugene, Saturday, and what we're going to even do, we're going to go down to Mazama High School in Klamath
He was part of a tag team
Uh-oh.
called
Uh-oh.
Men
You're
at
gonna go
Work.
to local high school.
look how excited he is to go to a high school. This guy needs to be kept far away from high schools.
I've been scouting the high schools all week.
Down we go to Toledo, Roseburg, Eugene, Portland, Oregon.
Who is this? I still don't.
Mike Winner. I think it is. It has
Mike
to be. I'm looking
Winner?
up. Yeah, well, he is a local guy. He didn't
Okay.
go
But
anywhere
I
else.
recognize Terry.
Holy shit! Look how big she is there, dude. She
Yeah.
was definitely saucing there. She's all bloated.
Yeah, yeah. Well, too much tomato sauce could do that to you, man. You know, look at me.
Will not
Edward R. Rooney.
I love that he's got the headset on
Rooney
and the
eats it.
microphone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yo, you can't be too
Crap.
careful.
Crap! Yeah! Crap!
Crap.
This is crap.
Plaid pitch.
Everything's
Oh, we're getting
plaid.
some Portland.
Everything's plaid.
That's what I'm
commercials.
looking for. Some plaid pantry coffee. Ah, bud.
Ooh, those nachos.
The old
Those
thick
look
can.
delicious.
Yeah.
That was a lunch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the eggs.
Lunch.
They come in an egg.
7-Eleven nachos.
Yeah, that was lunch for us.
Lunch for all of grade 9, I believe. For me, anyway.
Sev chose.
mark it down tomorrow, Sunday, the 5th of May.
Yeah, how could she afford to be on the juice work in Portland in 1991? Good point.
That's a good point.
Kevin.
And then Monday, the 6th.
It's all natural.
I think she's tall.
Look at this. Middle school fairground.
definitely-
All right, finally a sports arena. High school.
Uh-huh.
The big crowds.
Dude, you know you're going nowhere when you go to Crater High.
I mean, Portland was a hot
It's
territory
right
10
at
years
the bottom.
Look at Spinal Tap. We're hitting all the college towns.
Yes.
Raise money for charity. Call Barry at area code 5.
I'm on it,
Hi,
Travis.
can I talk
wait,
to
wait.
Barry? Hi, is Barry there?
Saturday night.
I
Hello?
wanted to get that number and call it.
There.
Yes, that's right, Don Cost. Next Saturday night.
Pretty boy.
He got his brush back.
Tag. The pretty boy Doug
He
Masters.
probably carries two.
Doug
'cause he-
Doug
Masters.
Masters, yeah.
Douglas
She's
Masters.
doing the right thing, man.
That's how I
Making him look
figured
good.
Who winner was. 'Cause they
She's starting to
wrestled
look like
her earlier
Moolah
in the
there.
card.
Total Moolah vibes.
Don Cost. I think everybody out there at TV.
It is Steve
That's
Borden.
mean. That's mean. No, she's got a definitely. Facially, she looks like the woman who played Flo on Alice.
Check you out.
Polly Bergen. Was it Polly
Kiss
Bergen?
my grits.
Yes.
Stupid people would catch me. That's all he was there for.
Yeah, tell him.
You need
I
him to
gotta
do
check
those
my
kinds of
laundry.
things for you? You need help like that?
He was out there watching my back. I need someone.
I've never seen Judy Martin cut a promo before.
Me neither.
Mm.
Well, I know it. All these Oregonians are some backstabbers anyway.
Channel 12 wants to know.
Being the gentleman that I am, watching this beautiful lady's back. So, Bort Sawyer, you better lace them boots
Bort?
up tight, boy.
Excuse me, my son's name is also Bort.
Take care of business. Woo, baby.
Yeah.
You better get your tickets
Ashley
early
Schaefer,
for this one
BMW.
next Saturday night, a mixed tag.
Your
That
ass
team
is
right
mine.
there, Pretty boy Masters
Bueller.
and Pretty girl Martin against the team.
Pretty
of
girl
Eric
Martin.
Power
9
and Mark
times.
Floyd. We will return to action right after this.
Bodo. Let's go. Young Pavarotti in the front row.
That guy.
Where
should
we
not
go?
be
All
around.
right.
Here we
There
go.
we go.
Joe just left.
Oh no.
Well, I'm still here. So this is the best defensive plays of the playoffs from last year for my beloved Philadelphia Eagles and Joe's beloved Philadelphia Eagles. And they keep getting better as the video goes on. More important.
Oof. Was that considered incomplete?
Here we go. Super Bowl highlights. That was a 4th down stop. That pretty much was the nail. Final nail right there. In that blowout. This was also a blowout. This is in the first quarter though.
Deep down the field for Eckler. It is knocked away. Cooper DeJean
Oh,
was
here he is.
All right.
We're gonna get some snow. Yeah, so Joe, this is the first of many Eagles videos.
I was at all these games.
You went
Every
to
one of
all
these
of them?
games.
Oh,
One a
man.
season ticket holder. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. How long have you had season tickets?
Since 75.
Holy shit. Dude, 50 years.
Denise.
Are you getting, like, a
Denise is here.
special-
Came
That
at the
was awesome.
exact right time. Denise,
Yeah.
all caps. Go Birds. Good to see you, Denise.
Beautiful.
There you go. You have a third Eagles fan with us.
Awesome.
today.
Great time.
The
Timing.
best is when Jalen Carter just punched this guy right in his fucking face.
Did you make it to the Super Bowl too?
No, I got an opportunity, but it was 5,100 a ticket. I was like, no.
Jesus.
I went when we beat the
So you
Yeah.
were to the
so-
first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I lived the dream.
I wish I still.
right.
I
said,
wish.
Johnny
I wish
sent
I
me
had that
video.
promo. I wish I had that promo.
You
could.
did? I was on the way home from work on the train, and Johnny sent me that video of Joe.
My other favorite thing is like he and Ras was
Rand Savage.
Rand Savage were like in a quick clip on like some local news
Yeah.
thing.
We're like, woo!
and they're like
And
you did
Rand
the EA
Savage?
Yeah,
That's something.
Eric
That's something.
Eric Rand Savage. Yeah, he was in my grade. But they're cutting all these different fans making their predictions, and then it cuts to this quick cut of Danzo and Rand Savage going EAGLES Eagles.
And you hear us go, woo!
Woo, yeah, and then do the flare woo.
Wooings.
Wings. It's a good thing Kelly put this
Wow.
one together because all I want to do is play you wings.
Oh no! I
That's
mean,
what
this is
I-
the first time I've seen Joe since the Super Bowl. I
Of course.
had to go hard and heavy
Yeah.
with the Eagles. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. But that's what I said when I hung out with them last year. It's hard and heavy.
Hard and heavy.
With the Eagles. The weird fetish. Just like that was what's his name?
Yeah,
Frodo.
sit down.
Frodo on the way back from Mount Doom was hard and heavy with the Eagles.
And Sam was hard and heavy for Frodo.
Yeah.
Love going to take a shot going deep down the far side. And
Nice catch. Nice interception.
You're going to play.
Rams have it at the 43.
Had some good years with the Birds. Now he's gone.
Do you
This was a
think?
great play. I called this just
Oh,
before
yeah.
it happened.
Do you foresee another dominant season next year?
We'll see.
Probably not dominance.
Our
They got a-
schedule's the hardest in the
Yeah,
league.
and they got a
one
tough
of them.
sched, and it's just
And it's a weird schedule. A lot
Yeah,
of
I know.
Saturday and Thursday.
yeah, Friday. They play almost every day of
Friday.
the week at one point. But historically, teams hardly
It's
ever.
hard.
Yeah,
But
Right.
we're
beat
set
teams.
up for the next 5-6 years. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be fine, but there'll be injuries too this year that they didn't
course.
have last year. Probably last year they
yeah,
hardly
we
had
still need
any.
an edge rusher. That's my thing.
No back-to-back home games, says.
Oh, I know.
yeah,
That's another
exactly. That's
stupid thing.
crazy.
That was beautiful. But they'll be in the
Zach
mix
Bond.
for sure.
Set up inside the 10.
Saquon is on the Madden cover this year.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's the curse.
Is it a
Yeah.
curse?
Oh,
Well, I mean, he already had the greatest season ever.
Pretty
so
much, yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like, there's not much more they
There
can
it
do.
is. Boom.
okay.
Yeah.
The new Madden curses. If you need to take a look at that picture of Nicolas Cage playing Madden,
as
in
Madden?
in that movie, it's fucking hilarious.
That was a beautiful sack.
Jalen Carter, man. That's my boy.
That
That's
was
the jersey I
getting a
wore
little
all
nervous
season.
at that point, and then this was the next.
Oh, if he
one.
doesn't hit him there, they probably win the game.
Oh, I
That tight end was wide open in
Horrible.
the end zone.
Yeah. Well, Carter again. He pressured him on that play. That he had no chance. This was the. Oh yeah. This one.
Cooper.
This has got to be the last one, probably.
You don't have the dagger?
This is all defense.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's
cool.
it. Yeah, that was, and it was getting better with each.
there
then
we
you
go.
to a
Each one
D.
was getting better, and more important. Oh, now
Fancy.
we get unfortunately, if you're a Sixers fan too, it wasn't quite the same thing for.
Nah, fucking worst franchise in Philly.
There's always
easily.
got to be one in Philly that's
They kill me,
carrying the
man.
old
Make-
tradition.
everything they do is wrong. They're gonna screw up the third pick.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Here we go. So we got a
Turn this up.
few classic WWF videos in a row. now.
Extravaganza.
On the card will be, well, it'll mark the appearance of Dynamic Mill Mascaris meeting individuals.
Ugh.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, Vince paused there. Vince paused there to go, ugh, Mascaris. Fuck.
From there, among the many
Stinks.
other great matches, there will be no less than 3 title matches. The tag team title up for grabs, the champions, Tony Garea, Rick Martel, meeting the challenger, Sergeant Slaughter, and his partner, King Kong Masca. Then
Who?
That's a good match.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean,
remember.
Except for the Mosca part.
except for
but-
Moscow, yeah.
But with Slaughter on the team, you can carry things.
The
Yeah,
Statue of Liberty.
I'd
It's
like
the
to
sta-
see it.
Oh
it's
my
the
God.
Statue of Liberty,
It's a
Jack.
thing of beauty.
It looks like the Stars scored.
Did they score? Ah,
Looks like it.
Anything
Fuck.
goes.
God damn it.
Bob Backlund defending the title in this most
Danzo, another thing you got to look up
Yeah.
is Angelo Mosca Jr. promos. There's not many of
He
them.
was awful.
And they are
It
the
was a power
funniest.
play goal.
They're the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. He's just scared looking in the camera. There we go.
Pat Patterson.
I'm really excited about this match.
This is disgusting.
And I know disgusting.
I love people watching, and I know they love me. And I really
Now I want a meatball sandwich. Thanks.
feel that. And I think it's going to be one of the toughest matches of my career.
Jesus.
I'm prepared for it. I'm really psyching up for it. But I know Pat Patterson has been doing a lot of announcing
He's gonna start choking mid conversation, giving the symbol to Vince. Help me out. Should I give this slime the Heimlich maneuver?
Don't make sure of that.
I keep waiting for a final on this. I want to see if it's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
Yeah.
They apologized.
Vince is apologizing for the conduct of Morocco. That's rich.
By the World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund, who tonight
Here we go.
Damn.
Are we getting Bob too? Oh,
Yeah.
George Steele in this Texas death match. I promised myself.
fired up.
George
Bob.
Steele.
Will not walk out of that ring as WWF champion. I know it's not going to be easy. I know he's an animal. I know he may get hurt. I may have a few bruises. I may have a little red.
Few
on my
bruise.
face,
Count me
but I'm
in.
not going to give up. I'm not going to get pinned. I may get hurt, but by golly, I promised myself.
I might
By
get hurt.
golly.
I might get pinned. By golly, I won't get
Gosh,
pinned.
By golly.
It's not
By
gonna
golly.
Doggone it, Bob. By golly, Bruno.
He's the all-American boy.
Let's see. I want them to do a who's on first.
That was the worst nickname.
By
ever.
golly,
Oh,
doggone.
Judges no book by the cover. Find out what's inside.
now
of
get
the
me a
book.
beer.
Sometimes there's some good subtext and metaphors and symbolism.
Pretty darn bad because I got a lot of people that I promised that to right now.
Bye-bye.
Backlund.
Inside his
Christ.
head. It doesn't get inside his head. I can't wait to get rid of him. 2 more years. 2 more years.
How do I kill my
The
father?
Capitol Center. In a
My
moment, our guest will
beloved
be the
father.
Premier. Another participant in the main event.
Oh, wow. You got Freddie and George, too.
Here we go.
Oh, just Freddie.
watched that interview of Bob Backlund and it's
George was
disgusting.
still teaching
Finger and
gym class.
pointing at-
Couldn't make it.
Doesn't he know that's ignorance? Bob Backlund, let me tell you, those people, those pencil neck geeks out there, they can look at TV and see that you don't have the qualifications to go up against George the Animal Steel. You're a good wrestler, yeah. Amateur champion, you beat everybody.
Yeah.
But this is
Champion.
pro
Champion.
I like that.
Steel, the most
I like that
vicious man in the
necklace.
world today.
You'd be like, why are you wearing a bee? Cold bee necklace.
Is it a
Like
coat spin?
Freddie Blassie, baby. That's what I tell people. That's it. Back to Winnipeg for the summer, says Moose. Yep. That's it. Back to Winnipeg. And it's the president's trophy curse, man.
Fred Blassie was in the Navy, right? Because he has the look of a man who killed in war.
Freddie Blassie.
I don't know if he
is
was
still
or
in the
not.
Navy.
Or if that was
Probably will
Wasn't that
be
his
for
first
life.
gimmick? He was like Navy boy.
Sailor
Freddie Blassie.
Sailor Fred
Yeah.
Blassie. But I don't know if that was legit or not.
No, I think it was. It was based
Was
on
it?
his service.
Yeah.
Gug, 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 gug.
yeah.
How's your pronunciation?
So this is
All right, gotta turn this down.
Oh,
short
Captain
clip.
Lou.
But it's a
Is that a
Yeah,
fan?
this
It's
is-
a
That's what I
fan.
thought. That was wild.
Lou, the-
Right off the start, he's got to get back to work.
Well, it's a very short clip. This came up on my feed a few months ago. This uploader is really good. He puts up a lot of WWF classic.
Is that
videos.
Salman Rushdie?
Oh, boy, did he ever get him. Albano comes in.
A fan.
Barefoot Albano.
But I don't even
Albano
know.
looks like me at a picnic. This is how I
It's
dress.
Rick Martel throwing the drop kicks.
Fire in there.
Ooh, and a.
But I think he's
Rana.
against Jose Estrada.
Yeah, I think you're right. Wow, awesome.
So Albano was just there to antagonize Martel.
Where is this? And
Allentown. Or no, Hamburg. There's Capetta. That's
but
how
it's
you tell me.
WWF or
No, they
No, it's
dropped.
WWF.
They
by then.
dropped the third
they
one.
got
but
the W out.
This is about the same time as the Morocco promo. But yeah, the fan. I'd never seen that before.
I sent that man after you, Lou.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All the lights just went out. That was crazy.
And
All
then
right.
here's another one that I have been saving for a long
Bruno
time.
makes the save.
Yeah, it's from the feud with Larry, but this wasn't part of the Titans footage that Johnny and I watched years ago. It's in pretty good condition too.
Quality, yeah.
Here.
The silver
toast.
ropes.
Butter
Golden
toast.
boy, buttered toast hair. Oh, he's got Rick McGraw here. Interesting.
No,
So he's not completely.
No, yeah, he's not super gassed yet. Yeah. Or on the gas, I should say. It's weird the bunting there. The flags have blocked off a weird area of the outside of the ring. That could create something. I'm just going by with my sodas.
Is that Skoland?
That's Scotland. Yeah.
On the outside, yeah. And your buddy
think,
Whirly.
Yeah, I think he's only there because it's Zabisco against
Virginal. It's the best
love
description
the
you've
hair.
ever given me. You've ever given of young Larry Zabisco. Virginal.
Virginal. That was the year before when he was still a baby face.
Lawrence Zabisco.
Yeah. I
Dick
love it.
fucking
Punches out
Whirly.
Dick
That's
Whirly.
awesome. Yeah, this
Ooh, he tried
is
doing the
unseen
flare.
too.
Yeah, he tried to cut a lip
Dr.
stuck in a
Zorian
turnbuckle.
tried
Zorian, yes.
I
Oh,
think
look at
Dr.
Dr.
Zorian
Zorian.
got the coats on.
Get him in that trio. Whoa, fuck him up, Larry.
Wow.
Fuck
Yep,
him up,
fuck him up.
Larry. Fuck him up.
Oh, Golden
This is-
Boy's gonna
What
try
the
to-
hell are you doing, man?
This is
Gonna
all
get
part of,
addicted to steroids.
Nice.
this is
Yeah,
all part
beat him down.
They ran the feud between Zabisco and Whirly all the way up to the
Here's
AWA
Bruno.
and shit.
That's Bruno?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Bruno earlier.
No, it was Scotland first.
Oh, Scotland first.
Speaking of Bruno,
Why was he
there's
even there?
someone wants to say hi to Danzo. Hello. Hello. Hello, Mr. Danzo. You see you're watching me on your screen right now,
I trust you have a dandelion martini in your hand.
as I do right here. Dandelion learned during the war, my beloved mother. We ate
The hair
dandelions.
is almost identical.
And she would ferment
In the
them as we walk through the mountains to create this
And the
gin.
sideburns. Oh, Gino too. Serious stuff here. Bruno would hardly ever. You would hardly ever appear
Morel,
on
yeah.
the
Morel.
Saturday shows. So this was a big one.
Here, I'll hold the ropes.
Gino pushing down on the
Yeah.
top.
Hey, Danzo, I feel like a dickhead holding this. Look up at the screen at my screen.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. He's completely no selling
Just
my
no
Bruno
selling
puppet.
it.
Jesus Christ.
No. Is that better?
Bruno
He's like,
does-
how dare you, sir?
Well, I guess
How
Bruno would have
dare
been
you.
doing color commentary. So yeah.
Listen, you slime, Danzo. Here I am, and you leave me hanging. You slime.
You proud? You
Bruno.
slime?
proud?
Did you get free sideburns with your latest rug
Jesus.
this time?
Looks like
Because I've never
Wolverine
seen.
or
I'm
something.
going to be adding the sideburns next week.
It's like he's got a lot of riz. He looks like a
Judas.
kid. He looks like a zoomer with that hair.
Prime Bruno Burns.
Yeah.
With the ultimate hairpiece.
Look at that chiseled profile, man. Amazing.
He's the greatest. I love Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that watch. Probably
Makes me so happy to see him.
$10,000.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. He's not a great wrestler. He's a
I
great.
disagree.
He's a
I
great
fucking
wrestler.
dare you.
Yeah, but
Amazing
come on. The
wrestler.
stomps and
How
Yeah,
dare
Yeah,
you.
that's the
Good.
that's the cliched criticism of Bruno. But
We've seen a lot
watch
of
the
Bruno. It
matches.
wasn't
He,
just that.
yeah.
I mean, I've seen some good Bruno matches. I actually like the ones. What was it? Him and Orndorff against Piper and Orton.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
we've
cage
watched
match.
those. We've watched those.
We
They're
went to a
great.
Yep.
cage match at the Meadowlands. It was awesome. They were all bleeding and everything. It was great.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, I remember watching with you. I think the MSG match with Bruno and Tito versus Adonis and Savage. That was a
Oh yeah,
bloodbath.
yeah.
That's a
Yep.
classic. Piper and Bruno have an awesome cage match in Boston.
Because that concluded like a 6 or month feud
Like a
between
5
Savage
month-
and
it was a
Santana.
5
Yeah,
month-
it started
yeah,
Five
as
months, that's
Savage
right, 5 months.
Santana.
Yeah,
And it
that
kept
was the
adding
blow-off
guys.
match.
So we're
Is
back.
this what I think it is? Is this what
Um,
I think it is?
I don't know. What do you think?
Is this the
it is?
Spectrum? I don't know. Is
This is the Spectrum. Yeah.
What year
With
is
the
this?
blue trunks.
86.
86.
86.
I think May. Were you
'Cause
here?
Danzo and of the Night of the Oyster. Danzo
This
and
is
I
not
saw
the night of the oyster.
Okay.
no.
because this is the match. This was like the best in-ring match we saw that night. Joe, if you remember, was the
Was
Hart
them against the
Foundation
Killer
versus the
Bees.
Killer Bees.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
To the point, well, the Hart Foundation were champs. That's right.
And
And
would have been wearing pink by that point.
yeah, but there were points during that match where I remember looking over at Joe thinking, I'm like, do you think they're going to change the titles here? Because they
because they're doing the thing with the masks, weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, there's that, and the match was so good, and we were,
Oh, yeah.
and Joe and I were nerds enough to know. Well, where do they usually change the tag team
Tag
titles?
titles have
Philadelphia.
changed
Philly, yeah, that's
several
true.
times in Philly. Yep. What music are the Killer Bees? Look, there's a Hogan impersonator there
Yes.
with a
It's
Michael
actually
Jackson
Hogan.
glove.
It's actually Hogan.
Listen here, brother.
I
like
trained
sitting with
under
the
Ann Leibovitz for a while, brother. I'm actually an accomplished photographer, nature as well as the human form.
I remember, brother, back at Iwo Jima when I snapped that iconic picture, and
And I was also holding the flag at the same time.
Yeah.
And then one of those dudes was a Native American, you know that, brother, named Ira Hayes, and I wrote a song about him, and I gave it to Johnny Cash.
Covered all the bases there.
Uh-huh. It took a while, but
I also delivered the bomb.
he wrote it like Slim Pickens.
I just carried it on my back over the Pacific Ocean, brother.
Oh, bless me. More Phillips. Phillips.
More Phillips.
Mo Phillips, Mo problems.
Mo Phillips.
Brett with two T's.
Mo Phillips Blues. Spike Jones' worst movie. There we go.
Mo Phillips, Mo problems, I think is
Philly
pretty
fans.
good.
I saw something funny the other day. You know, I'm on a group on Facebook where it's the inserts from the old programs, and one of them had Jim the Naval Neidhart.
The naval.
The naval officer.
No, he's got a giant Audi. He's got a giant Audi.
Yeah, he's
managed
the king.
by
He's the
Sailor Fred Blessed.
The King Hippo. He's the King Hippo of WWF. Sailor Fred Blassie.
I was meaning to check if Fred did indeed serve in the Navy.
Seth Franklin Rollins.
Your pusky smells like low tide.
I think it's red tide.
Trying to do Popeye and Blassie at the same time.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I should be able to do.
Yeah.
What
Those
year is
shades are
this?
pretty rad.
86?
86.
Okay, yeah, the show we saw them
May.
at was 87.
That's right.
That Joe, that's one of those shows that when I looked it up finally, because all I remembered was the main event getting spit on and this match.
Well, for years you said we saw Stud.
I know, and for years I argued.
I kept saying no, it was Killer Khan because he
Yep.
spit the mist.
Looks like he popped him a bit there and he was taking those shades off. Took forever.
But I looked up the card and I was like, oh, I don't remember that I saw DiBiase live as the $1 Million Man.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot that.
Blassie did indeed serve in the Pacific Theater for 42 months. Achieved the rank of petty officer, second
There you
class.
go. So he saw,
He saw some shit. Or he was probably just
I killed the man and married one of the women. Which is kind of what I believe his wife was Japanese.
yes, you are correct.
Smart man.
It's like my uncle on my father's side, fought in World War II, killed scores of Nazis, and then fell in love with a German woman and had a kid, and had this weird long distance relationship from America to Germany for the rest of their lives.
Crazy. You should write that book, buddy.
There's a lot to write about him. George Wilson, he was literally all man and a yard wide, like Gordon Soley would call.
Yeah,
It felt to me like he was like 7 feet tall as a kid, but he was tall and he was wide and he talked. He was a farmer from Kentucky, and he talked, and you'd think he was dumb because he sounded like Sling Blade. But he was very smart. But he was like very smart about running a farm and a business and everything. And
I like killer bees.
I like killer bees with the stripes on their asses.
Fuck. So Moose telling us, yeah, as we know, Scheifele for Winnipeg found out his dad died this morning. He scored the first goal for Winnipeg, but got called for tripping.
Yep.
14 seconds left in the third, and then they scored on that power play.
Scored on power play. What a horrible roller coaster of a day.
Yes. Oh my God.
Scheifele.
That's just unimaginable.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
Dallas. They're just like Carolina. I just like
so boring. Yeah. Imagine Dallas, Carolina final.
Yeah, and it probably will be.
Yeah.
Although, or we'll get fucking Edmonton and Florida again or something like that.
Mm.
So when I was watching,
I missed the Flyers being good.
It's been a while.
I'm starting to
brutal.
Dude, for me as a Devils fan, it's starting to feel
Oh,
like,
you got Tocchet.
it?
Is Tocchet your coach now? Just left
Yes.
Vancouver. Yeah. That makes sense. He's a former.
Yeah.
His best
What a
years.
shocker. The
His best
Flyers
years.
hire a former player to be head coach.
His best years were there,
Fucking
though.
same bullshit.
Yeah.
Them and the Sixers. They're my teams, but brutal. Except I love it. Mishkov, the Russian. The Flyers finally drafted a nasty Russian. I love that kid.
It's a really nice sell from Anvil there.
Joe especially likes that when the refs isn't looking, he clotheslines people with a steel chain. Cuts promos on the Rangers. Rangers, you don't know who you mess with. I'll go to my grave.
Warriors.
Denise was never really into hockey.
Warriors.
Denise was never really into hockey, but she had a crush on Tocchet when she was young. He was that kind of hockey handsome, and he was kind of that stereotypical power forward.
Hockey handsome.
Oh, there's a specific hockey handsome.
Broken nose.
They said him and Dalton from the Phillies.
I know what you're talking about. I've never heard the term.
And a mullet too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Mike
still looks
Modano.
like that.
Mike Modano's the epitome of hockey handsome.
Modano's a good-looking guy.
That's what I'm saying. He's hockey handsome.
I think he'd be good-looking outside of hockey. Really.
Yeah, but there's a specific handsome that comes. I see what you're saying.
I get it. I would have blown Ken Danico.
Like Rod Brindamore, that's another one that's hockey handsome.
Handsome? No, he's a goon, man. He's ugly. I mean, I don't mean that like he fights and gets in penalties. He looks like a goon. I don't think he's handsome.
Oh yeah, his nose is all.
He's got a Mike Ricci.
Well, he dated Missy
Mike
Hyatt
Ricci.
back in the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but who didn't?
Great way to tie it in.
Danzo, dude, I know for a fact.
Danzo dated Missy Hyatt?
Yeah, definitely. No, Danzo dated Ron Hextall.
I did. Only version 2 though, the one that sucked, not the first one. That was awesome.
That's why he jumped Chris Chelios, because you cheated on him.
Christ.
I remember when we got Paul Coffey. Everyone thought that was like the missing piece. Then
yes, there you go.
He was over the hill.
Right.
Oh,
Eric Lindros was handsome. That's right.
Dumb handsome, and then dumber after Scott Stevens.
He was one of people's sexiest,
knocked him the fuck out.
Sexiest men on earth.
Cheated, he elbowed him.
Oh, that hit was clean.
Vinny
that was a
LeCavalier.
shame. Lindros is so good, man.
Somebody like Vinny.
He's a punk.
Vinny LeCavalier. Vinny
He was a great
LeCavalier.
player, dude.
Oh, Eric Lindros is a Hall of Famer, man. Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
He was amazing.
He's a mush-headed
You
punk.
hated him, that's why.
Because he was a bully.
One-handed.
Because he was a bully.
So was Scott Stevens, dude.
Sometimes you run into the bigger bully.
Yeah, Stevens was definitely a bully.
Yeah, but
Stevens
the best
was
was Lindros would stand there and guys be punching him and he'd just be like, whatever.
Talk about a stereotypical power forward. Yeah, Lindros was
too many
best player in the world for a while. It was his way of playing that shortened his career.
Yeah.
Because Kasparaitis fucking knocked him out. That was it.
Scotty Stevens is one of a player I've loved, but he was what he was. He was also part of a gang rape, maybe, with those guys in that limo. I can't remember who was the big star that got implicated in that? But gosh, I can't think of who it was. But it's out there. Like
With
not
the
when he was
Devils?
on the
How about
Devils. No,
Brodeur
not with the
getting
Devils.
his,
Not with the
wife's
Devils.
sister
When he was.
pregnant?
Played for the
That was a-
Capitals. He played for.
Oh, Martin Brook. Okay,
The
look, when you're
Blues.
the greatest.
Brodeur knocked up his
Blues.
wife's sister. He's a
Yeah.
scumbag
Listen,
too.
listen. No.
Greatest
When you're
goalie ever, but
when you're the greatest goalie ever, you need to spread as much of your seed as possible to make more great goalies. Okay.
Denise wondering where's his crime in sports episode.
I believe there was. I heard about that on Crime in Sports about the main guy involved in it,
whose name we can't recall.
Rod Langway.
Yeah,
Claude Lemieux.
it wasn't Lemieux. I just watched a show called The Grudge, this half-hour sports thing. I mentioned
is
it
it
before.
Niedermeyer?
No, it wasn't Niedermeyer. I'll look it up.
Put Niedermeyer on it. He's a sneaky little shit,
Little shit just like you.
Dale
That's
Hunter.
the
Kindest
greatest line
person.
ever.
Mark
What's that
Hunter.
from?
Animal House.
House.
All right, he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Greg, what's the worst fraternity on campus? Well, that's hard to say, sir.
Cut
They're
the
each
horse shit,
outstanding.
son.
They're each outstanding in their own individual way. Cut the horse shit, son. Who dumped a truckload of fizzies at the swim meet? Who delivered the medical school cadavers to the alumni dinner? Every fall, the trees are filled with toilet paper, and every spring, the toilets explode. You're talking about Delta, sir.
Of course I'm talking
about
about Delta, you twerp. The other great line in that movie, I've been writing a book.
All
For
of
how
them.
long? 4.5 years. It must be very
Dino
good.
Cicerelli
Yeah.
says
Piece of
Moose.
shit.
Dino Cicerelli.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah,
He's a Hall of
it's-
Famer.
It's shit. It's shit.
It's a piece of
Yeah.
shit. Would anyone like to smoke some pot?
Yeah, Cicerelli was a controversial player at times. Wasn't he the one who was
Cicerelli.
arrested for what he did, like for a hit? Like the only player to ever be charged.
Right.
Oh,
for a
yeah,
hockey
Brashear, right?
I think Brashear
No,
is
no,
charged
no.
as well.
No,
Brashear was
that
charged as
no,
well.
that was McSorley.
McSorley. But
McSorley
you know,
got
this was in the
arrested.
late '80s. It was against.
Okay.
It was they're playing Toronto. He was charged by of course, the Toronto police.
Just
I
like
believe.
Andre.
Kelly,
Wasn't
have you
that
seen
where
that?
Andre got arrested? Toronto when he pushed the cameraman?
Oh, really? Have you
I
seen
think it
that?
was.
Speaking of Andre, have you seen? There's a Molson Canadian commercial that plays the opening of Rushes Closer to the Heart, and it just shows all these old Molson Canadian images throughout its history, and one of them is the Andre's hand
Oh, nice.
holding the.
Oh,
holding the-
around
Yes,
the
I
fucking
did.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw that
Right.
somewhere.
It's pretty
I
rare.
guess it's
I mean,
probably
Molson
Netflix.
Canadian is shit beer, but
Yes, it
that
is.
is. That's
See,
a good
that's
ad.
funny. I love that, and my favorite's Moosehead. What do you guys think of Moosehead? You know,
I remember I
It's-
used
it's
I used to
similar.
drink I used
Yeah,
to drink Moosehead more before I discovered good beer. I just
Good
live.
beer being
I live around.
IPAs, though.
No, I live in surrounded by good beer, man. Like it's everywhere.
So do I, and I don't like it. I like my shit beer. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
we're beer
Yeah.
snobs up in Canada.
I don't know. How, like it
in
was
the Pacific
inevitable.
Northwest, anyway.
This is what
Yeah.
the Wolfman drinks.
Right.
The
Yeah,
swill.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
Oh no,
I
it's
could drink
my-
like 20 of those.
Okay,
At
good.
the Eagles game, I'll drink 8 or 9 of those and be
I used
Uh-huh.
to drink
Yep.
Miller Genuine Draft.
You
like
could
it was
drink a
water.
Schumacher of those.
Yeah, exactly. It's a new,
like-
it's a new Titans.
Oof, that was
Form a measure unit of
form of
measurement.
unit of measurement.
A
One sh-
Schumacher of beer.
one Schumacher equals 20 beers.
Oh,
Yeah, but Canadian beer is all 6%. You know, we drink
Right.
the hard stuff up here.
Oh, that's just it for me. Like that's why I drink Keystone Lights. I was like, well, we're gonna sit here and talk for 3 hours. I'm gonna drink.
oh my
11
God.
beers.
Did you guys miss that? They looked like a guy that looked like Judge Schmiel from Caddyshack. He had the hat on. He's over to the other side of the ring. Look at that fat dude up.
Yeah, he's
That's a big boy.
part
there.
of the Super 8 family.
I think Moose is a fan
Right, they're going
of
to pan over.
Danzo's. Moose is a fan of Danzo's Mean Gene grunts. I can tell he's making the same ones.
Oh, ooh,
This has been a very good tag match.
Oh yeah.
That we've joked over the whole time, but whatever.
Yeah.
back then they had so many good tag teams. They had like 8, 9 teams at the time.
It was very deep.
Which was funny because they said Vince McMahon hated tag team
I know.
wrestling.
Well, that's
But for
just it.
some
There was
reason, he had a
tons of
ton
the
of
things
good
they
ones.
say Vince hated, he loved at other times because he
Well,
was a
yeah,
mercurial.
this was the only
insane man.
time he didn't hate tag teams for whatever reason. Because, yeah, the '90s were not particularly good for tag teams.
But there was still a bunch
There
of
were
them.
still a lot of them, but yeah. I know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He kept it going.
You know, there's like he
a long
hates
time.
blood. He hates blood. Well, now in the middle of the 2000s, John Cena is gonna bleed like he's on the cover of The Wrestler from 1970. It's like,
Well, Vince himself bled like
Yeah.
Freddie Blassie on the cover of The Wrestler.
I was at
All
that
goes back to
WrestleMania
Blassie.
19 match.
Yeah, that's the one I always think of. But there was others, of course.
Yeah.
No, Vince doesn't hate blood. He just hates it when other people hate blood.
Or do it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ones
Fucking
that'll-
Mattel,
Yeah,
assholes.
the
Yeah, whatever.
sponsors.
Fuck you and your stupid
Coke or
figures.
whatever.
Fuck. Just
I
imagine
don't need
some-
blood all the time, but like a cage match without blood's useless.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. It's yeah. So
Like, come on, have some little blood.
Just
I'll
imagine
tell you,
someone trying.
Joe, I tend to agree with you about AEW, but I will watch a thing here or there from if there's people on TV I'm interested in who I like. So I did watch the last episode that had Samoa Joe versus Moxley in a cage in the main event because I'm like, okay, Samoa Joe, I'll watch this. Moxley, of course, bled like a fucking pig because that's
Big
the
win.
only thing, one of the only things he knows how to
is
do.
this one gonna get reversed too?
I don't think so.
Hitman Mania.
Yeah,
See that
this is a
sign?
Hitman fan right
Night
there.
That's
of the
awesome.
reversals.
Wow, in Philly too. This
Well,
is
that
where
is
it
Philly,
began.
the heel fan.
Yeah, see, it is.
We
getting
were
reversed.
see the general Philadelphia wrestling fan gets misconstrued as a brute, but we were actually quite intelligent. We just
Kelly
expressed it
Nelson
in a completely different
Bringing
way.
us all these dusty finishes tonight.
I know. I love me a dusty finish.
I'm just imagining some like awful Winnipeg sports reporter. Mr. Shifley, after the game.
Yeah.
Is this the worst day of your life? I feel so bad for him, man. It's so awful.
It's
I think the
brutal.
fat dude
Oh.
fell asleep. He's not moving.
Hellebuck was just too
Oh, he moved. Now he moved.
inconsistent.
There he is. Yeah.
There he is. Look to the. Ah, you missed it. The guy with the hat right there.
I've sentenced wrestlers younger than you to the gas chamber. Didn't want to do it. Felt I owed it to them. Was it the gas chamber or was it the electric chair? I can't remember which one. How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh? How about a fresca? I love because Caddyshack was such a disaster while they were making it because it was originally supposed to
Oh,
be.
they were all doing blow the whole time.
Yeah, but it was originally supposed to be about the caddies, and then they realized real quick they're like, "Fuck this! This is like," and they cut all that out and just made it about Rodney Dangerfield and Ted Knight.
And Chevy Chase.
And Chevy
They
Chase,
got
yeah.
the masks.
Yep.
Mass confusion.
Was that more of a heel thing? Were the Killer Bees ever heels?
No, not really. But
Interesting.
this was
No, they
baby
weren't.
I
faces.
forget why they had the mask though. What was it about? Because they didn't start off with the mask.
because it made them
No.
look more like bees.
Oh, but also they just made this switch. They're just a little twin magic.
Well, no, it's
But
the
yeah,
baby.
was there
It was
ever
baby
an
faces. No, it was
origin?
baby faces. No, it was something they do sometimes.
They
Baby
just,
faces would cheat because
Mhm.
to give the bad guys a taste of their own medicine. And
Right.
theirs is that you can't possibly tell the bodies of Brunzell and Blair apart. So the masks are
Yeah.
useless.
Kevin says there's a really good book about the making of Caddyshack, and that the studio was banking on the success of Animal House to make it a hit.
Oh, they wanted it to be the next Animal House.
Yeah, and it was to some extent, was it not?
To some
I
extent,
don't
but
think
there's
it was that successful in the theaters.
well,
or was it?
there's the famous story because one the head writers of Animal House was Doug
That's
Kenny.
gotta be it. Yeah.
Was Doug Kenny, and he did Caddyshack. Then that year, the story he went with his wife to see
Right.
Airplane and came out just devastated. And he's like, I made a piece of shit, and this is the funniest movie of all time.
Yeah,
And
National
it
Lampoon.
destroyed him.
Oh, it didn't do well at the box office, Caddyshack.
I love Caddyshack.
Yeah, it's a great
Oh,
movie. But yeah,
When I
it-
worked
Part,
at
part
when
two
I
is
worked
like
at
the
a private
worst ever.
when I worked at a
Yeah.
private golf club, like these
Noonan.
old guys would quote from it all the
Listen.
time.
Dude,
Yeah, but you can kind of fast forward through all of the teenage caddy stuff.
I
just to
thought
get the reaction.
neither. I
how
thought
about
I thought Hart
ironically,
Foundation
the
were
girl from
champs
Animal
here.
House is also
But I
in
guess
No, not yet.
Caddyshack.
Who's champs at this time? Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Yeah,
This wasn't long after WrestleMania 2.
which Joe and I saw on closed circuit
What was it,
at
Rutgers?
a firehouse.
Farting
Oh,
every
Rutgers.
time.
Firehouse?
Cool.
Joe, remember it was with your dad at a firehouse,
That's right.
some small town, maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes outside of Flemington. I can't remember where.
It's a weird babyface gimmick. Put on faces at the end of the match, or put on masks at the end of a match.
Well, that's what
He's pissed off.
because it's kind of cheating, but the whole point is like, well, we're gonna give the heels a taste of their own medicine.
I know, I get it.
By
It's
being
just,
cheaters.
Mhm.
yeah.
Tell him, Jim.
I'm not a fan.
I don't like it either because it's a classic
there's
heel thing.
Cal's at ringside.
Fuck him up,
Right.
Brett.
Okay,
Right there.
Fuck him
There's
up,
our
Cal.
boy.
there he is, Cal Rubin, the greatest.
You know, I
Was he
never
the- on
respect the mole
commentary?
man. I never respected the mole man.
I didn't. I
We
just
haven't heard
assumed
him at
it
all.
was-
Goldberg.
he's
Dick
doing
and
backstage
Gorilla.
interviews at this time.
Yeah, but I was wondering if is it Gorilla and it's definitely Dick.
It's got to be Dick and Gorilla. I'm sure.
That it
I
should.
like
like
the
it.
guy waving his
I was like-
cotton candy at him.
I've been Dick and
No,
Gorilla.
we would have heard Cal's voice. For
Look at them swatting away at him. I made a joke today about how there we go. Here's Sabu
Wow.
Here we
and
go.
and a return to
and a
Abyss as
callback
well.
from last week.
and our buddy Ferg, who we will have back for sure because that was awesome. Ferg rules.
Ferg was great. Joe, last show we had on Mike Ferguson, who wrestles as Mr. Ferguson,
Okay.
who in a tribute to Mr. Hughes. Great fucking guy. One of the funniest guys we've had on this show in a while, who's not afraid to say like who he thinks sucks, which
Yeah.
is very refreshing.
Yeah. That's it. The first time he said somebody openly stinks, like I was like, oh, there we go, Johnny.
That's
and
awesome.
I knew that you two would connect right away.
Uh-huh. I
What
believe it
happened to
was- it
Abyss?
might have been
Big
Kane.
Abyss
It was
hired?
Kane. It was Kane.
Yes, yeah.
Is Abyss retired now?
Yes, and he works as
Isn't
an
he
agent. He's an agent in
okay.
WWE.
He's
WWE.
been an
That's
agent
cool.
for quite a while.
And this is
Yeah.
like, and this is funny because this is what I considered the end of his career, Sabu, even though it wasn't. But
No,
I
he got
actually saw
another
a good
20
match in
years.
Philly. It was
and
him
then
and
died.
X-Pac in a no holds barred match. That was actually a very good match.
what was that at?
It was the ECW. It was called 3PW. It's like
Okay,
literally
I
the only
remember
reason
that.
I went because the main event was Abdullah versus Kevin Sullivan. I never saw Abdullah in person, so I was
How
like,
many
gotta see him once.
six-sided?
All right.
How many six-sided
Ah,
barbed
the
wire
old school.
matches have there been?
Not too many, I don't
This,
think.
I would guess, you could fit them on one
Maybe
hand.
the only one. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm thinking too. Yes. Fuck yeah.
Well, hey, Joe, at least we got to go to the last actual ECW show at the ECW arena. Wasn't that you,
Where
me, and
someone had to go get some beers in this when they came up.
yeah,
That was
it
the
was you, me, and
funniest.
it was you, me, and Fowler. Yep. When I was like, main event starts, I'm like, I gotta go get I know it was a hot dog. I wasn't even getting beers. I was getting a hot dog because I was driving that night. And as I'm getting a hot dog, Sandman and I don't know Jerry Lynn or
It was
whoever-
Steve Carino,
Steve
the
Carino
champ.
are fighting right
Where
next
we're
to
sitting.
Danzo. We're sitting right
We're
next to
patting him
Danzo.
on the back and looking
Patting
at
him on the
Johnny
back.
going,
I get back with my dumb hot dog. They're back
Oh,
in the ring
shit.
and there's blood on my seat.
Oh,
Ouch.
Oh, shit.
What's the name of that manager?
The Sinister Minister,
Sinister,
James
yeah.
Vandenberg.
James
Yep.
Mitchell.
James
I
Mitchell
actually met
here.
him. He's a nice guy. Super
Oh, yeah,
long
he's-
fingernails.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
always
He's,
a turnoff.
yeah, he's a live the gimmick and kind of guy, but also like very nice.
Yeah.
Great on shoot interviews and stuff. Like, he fucking fucked himself up bad with I think an ECW backstage where he had a gimmick that would shoot fire or some shit.
Right.
And he was testing it and it shot backwards and like blew half his fucking hand off.
Crazy.
Ooh.
I know I've seen him not just in TNA, like he's been in other
He was
stuff.
in WCW as
Yes.
he had a different name. That was like Vandenberg or something like that. And he was the heel manager with that whole angle with Glacier and
right.
Mortis and all the Mortal Kombat,
yeah,
the Mortal Kombat stuff. And then the cat.
That's right, the cat.
Somebody better call your mama.
I was talking with James about bingo break and how that's going to be impossible to ever find another one. He says he thinks it's going to be our another Black Cats. We're never going to see another Black Cats. Jesus Christ.
Man. When I was younger, I loved this stuff. Now I'm older. I'm like, this is brutal.
Yeah, now I'm older and I still love it. I'm like, yeah.
I think I like it more than I'm older, to be honest. I was a bit of a wuss when it came to this shit. And not so much of a wuss as I was just like, come on.
But here's the thing. I don't like it now, but I like it then.
Yeah.
Like I see it now sometimes and I'm like, It's one thing when I'm seeing some indie-rific goober doing it. I'm like, fuck this. But I'm watching
exactly.
Sabu and Abyss.
Yeah.
Like Sabu and Abyss. Yeah.
I know it's weird. I agree. Like we have local wrestlers who want to do more deathmatch related stuff. And for whatever reason, I'm just like not as drawn to it as I am the normal stuff.
Yeah, I draw the line at broken glass or any broken light.
That stuff's stupid.
Yeah.
I used to love it though. I used to order the tapes from RF Video, from Japan. And back then I thought it was so amazing. Now I'm older. I'm like,
Joe, the first
there's a classic spot. I've seen this.
Oh, my balls! Yeah. My balls!
Oh Christ! Oh Christ!
He does he gets his leg tied. That's great.
Shoot the glass.
What has he got in his mouth?
His spike.
His plastic fork.
I considered
he was having a Wendy's baked potato just before he came to the
considered the Sabu Terry Funk one from ECW.
That's so nasty.
Yeah. This one I'd never seen before. And
I remember the first time I watched that, I was super baked and I was like, I almost threw up. I was like,
really?
Well, when they were taping his arm and the blood's pouring out, I'm just
the video quality sucked. I mean, it was still, of course, gory, but
everybody in this room.
The goriest one was Sabu and Sandman in that Stairway to Hell.
Is that the one where
Sandman was good?
That's the one Sandman was on acid, right?
Maybe, but he's upside down and he's dripping blood and there's a pool of blood under him.
Yeah. Sandman was tripping balls.
Polyester was a bad choice.
That's the most violent ECW match I've ever seen.
Everybody in this room, what's your go-to Wendy's order?
I haven't had Wendy's in literally more than 10 years.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Really?
Okay.
It's my favorite of fast foods.
It's not my favorite, but I'll tell you this: having been the pest control technician for Wendy's for years and years and years, one of, if not the cleanest fast food restaurants I've ever seen. It's like part of the policy. Those motherfuckers are cleaning.
That's the Dave Thomas legacy, baby.
It is. It's the Dave Thomas thing.
Clean this shit up, assholes.
He's adopted
see you in
children.
2 months.
He's adopted children. He's adopted children and playing hockey and saying, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Because when I first noticed that,
gloves on.
Right. Because I asked Mark about it, who worked at one when he was a teenager. He's like, oh, yeah, that was called the Dave Thomas thing. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. That's why you're constantly cleaning at a Wendy's. I'm like, damn. Wish I liked the food better.
I mean, cleanliness is, I'm a big fan of that.
It's next to gloves.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
Really?
It's overrated.
As a pest control, as a guy in pest control.
Christ.
I've eaten at some places that I knew had roaches.
That company, folks.
Oh,
No, no.
Naughty Sal is your pest expert.
Oh, no,
Stay
I'm already-
away.
So Moose
No,
says
I'll-
Frosty fries, double big making classic.
Hold on.
Yeah, what are you drinking? What's your soda or what's your drink of choice there, Moose?
Vodka.
I'll just go like
Vodka.
I'll just go either a double, just a double
Give me the
cheeseburger.
bottle.
I like the junior. I like the junior with
junior
the
bacon
fresh-
cheese. Yeah.
No, no,
but they
no
have those
bacon.
cheesy.
No bacon.
They have cheesy cheddar burgers that are just simple and
Oh,
very.
dude, sometimes at the end of a day in the summertime, down below, man, I got the cheesy cheddar burgers, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Ugh. I get the
Thanks.
cranky, you get the
Yes.
cranky ass.
Thanks for that image.
But Kevin says Baconator. Yeah, cherry vanilla Coke. Yeah, you always gotta try to get. Always get a cherry Coke from Wendy's too. Important.
Okay, I don't know if you guys had this or whatever, but in like '88, Wendy's introduced this thing called like the Super.
Oh, we don't get the end of that. Was that match?
Sorry.
Oh.
That's
Sorry,
too bad.
I teased you guys.
I'll see if we can find. If
Hold on,
there,
I'm
is there
already
a
feeling.
second half. Out
I'm
there?
already feeling more.
I was wondering why it was so short. I should have.
It's rare that
we're
we
getting
visit this era.
SmackDown's resident redneck. So
Of course.
you can't really complain about the end.
I was watching all of this at this time. This is when
So was that, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Zack Ryder. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
The Edgeheads.
This
right?
was also at a time when WWE would come out here and maybe do a Raw now
Crank
and then
the volume up, Travis, for
Okay.
but they do they do these house shows
Jimmy's
that
entrance.
they do these house shows that we go to.
Oh no, it's
With-
Deuce and Domino first.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're
keep
Deuce
the
and Domino.
volume.
Hey,
I was watching a lot at this time. I love Deuce and Domino.
Well, Cherry.
Jerry, I love Jerry, man.
But I just love this gimmick of greasers. Yeah.
I liked
Type it in
it
the
too. I
chat.
thought-
Type it in the chat,
Yeah,
you
there
guys.
you go.
Let's burn this place
There's
down.
some greasers.
Down with
Jimmy
Big Brother.
Snuka's son.
Wait, isn't one of these guys Snooka's son?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that's still.
Yep, he's
outside
gonna
the
murder
ring.
Cherry in a hotel room.
in Allentown.
Yeah.
Here
there
we
we
go. Here's our boy. SmackDown's resident redneck.
Was that with
Hey, who
Shannon
won the
Moore?
Sabu
Shannon
match?
Moore was his tag.
We don't know.
Oh, it was just a clip. Okay.
This is
No,
a
no,
Jimmy
callback
Wang
to
Yang.
last week's-
What
One of
year
my
is
favorite
this?
wrestlers of all time. Jimmy Wang Yang.
What
I
year
saw-
is this?
2008. I believe.
Really?
And
This
here
is
we
when I
go.
was starting to
Biscuits
get
and
this-
gravy.
These idiots.
Okay,
Yeah.
this was the dumbest gimmick, but it made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
Is that
Jesse?
this
Terry
I remember
Gordy's son.
Festus. Oh,
this
yeah?
this water-headed simpleton is led to the ring, and when they ring the bell, he has a murderous rage, and when they ring the bell again, he's back to being a simpleton with his tongue hanging out.
So funny.
Great commitment to the gimmick.
And then when Punk brought him into his group, you know, the really cool, the Straight Edge Society, he explained it away that the reason why he was like this was because he was hooked on pharmaceuticals and he got him off of drugs. And he's not, and he's no longer a violent Lenny.
Right.
To start this matchup. Just his transformation.
Kevin saying his favorite Jimmy Yang moment is he did a PWG show, and the man he brought with him to be in his corner was Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon.
Dude, he brought
That's
that.
great.
Well, no, Jimmy Yang, I got to see him a handful of times in Ring of Honor as Jimmy Yang. And after I left, they brought them into Ring of Honor with Jimmy Yang. They ran a couple angles with Show Enough and those guys.
I only recognize those.
Bruce Leroy. Maybe not Show Enough, but Bruce
What are
Leroy.
they? They're called Edgeheads. Is that what
Yes.
the gimmick here?
Yeah, they're the Edgeheads. They're Hedges goons.
I get it.
Here's the
They were all kind of acting like him and wearing the toque, and they're
They're wearing his gear.
Yeah, I see that.
Wait, this
The
was all like
golden
on.
era for SmackDown.
That was a really strong.
This was
suplex.
okay. SmackDown at this point was great. Raw sucked. It was one of those weird moments.
Is this
that-
when Heyman was booking it that time, or
No.
maybe?
or is
No,
this
Heyman
when?
had been- Heyman
Is
had
this
been fired for
pre-Mania or
ECW.
post-Mania?
I don't. Who knows?
I think it's pre-Mania because they have the Mania sign in the rafters.
Yeah, okay, because this is when I was getting back into it, because this is when Mayweather and Big Show had that
Yes.
feud.
Yeah.
That was good, but
That was
even a
awesome,
couple years.
yeah.
But even a
What
couple
was the
years
main event then?
At that Mania?
That was Edge
Yeah.
versus Undertaker.
like
Yes.
Edge versus Undertaker.
It
or
also
some
had
shit.
Flair versus Michaels.
Yeah, the Flair
Right.
Michaels match.
Right.
Sorry, I love you
okay.
match.
And they
It
almost
was,
killed.
it was
some,
a pretty good WrestleMania.
it was. And they almost killed some people with the
Right.
fireworks.
Taker's pyro.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah,
Just like
I was
Stone
I was
Cold
getting my
almost killed
English
that
degree.
woman.
I was
Just like
getting my
Stone
English.
Cold, just like Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
She did the LeBron. She got hit and
Yes.
she went,
Oh, Jimmy Wang Yang
Yeah, he's the
Mania.
Great House of Fire.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh.
reports that Vince loved Jimmy Wang Yang, and no wonder because there's a Wang involved in the name.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure Vince was the one who gave him the wang.
But that he really liked him too, and the whole way he embraced the character. That's Vince's
yeah.
whole thing. Here's a ridiculous piece of shit, make it work.
And he did.
And he did. He
He
smacked
went
down Resident
100%.
Redneck.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, what
Awesome
a
moonsaults, too.
beautiful moonsault.
No,
Fuck
and he
yeah.
gets a pin, too. Fucking, because, yeah, he was the best wrestler in this.
Highest on the totem pole.
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy.
exactly.
Even maybe below Festus just because of height. Guess we can turn this down again.
The only bad thing about SmackDown at this time was the referee's stupid blue shirts. I hated
Right.
Who was on commentary? Because there was a period of time when it was Cole and JBL when JBL first started.
Taz
And it-
was
Josh
one of-
Matthews yet at this
Yeah,
point?
yeah, but I want specifically when it was
ah,
when it was Cole JBL. It was great. It felt like Vince wasn't paying attention
the
because
bells make Hawkins go nuts, or the
it makes the Lenny go
Festus
nuts. JBL would be dropping.
Tell me about the bunny rabbits.
Yeah, JBL would be
Ooh.
dropping these like deep like wrestling nerd references that you didn't hear on WWF, like Kendrick and Kendrick and Spanky.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm in London. Kendrick in London. JBL was like, these boys remind me of the Simpson brothers in World Class. I was like, what the fuck? The Simpson brothers. This is
Kevin-
great.
Kevin said
scar
he-
Festus had.
Can't believe he saw Festus
Well, on his
live
head?
at
It's
New
Festus was
New
a sign
Japan.
in the front
New
row.
Japan last week. Kevin saw him.
Oh, yeah,
What-
he's
what
still
show is it?
going.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Is
the Good Brothers are
Festus
still.
the guy who married Angelina Jolie.
Oh, of
What is
course.
that?
Yeah, he's Sling Blade. He's Sling Blade.
Oh, right.
yeah,
Okay.
Jesus.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the sign guy from that time who always wore that outfit. All of his signs were perfectly fine, but never really funny and family
Inoffensive.
friendly.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
apparently,
yeah. He's Gallows, right? I've
Yeah,
never
it's
liked
Gallows.
Gallows. I've never liked Gallows.
and that's fake Kane.
Yes.
Yes.
But that sign guy, the story of that sign guy was like he had a ton of money. His wife had died and he was mourning, and he just used all his money to go to every single fucking show and wear that outfit and hold up family friendly signs.
Okay, back
we
to
go.
the Super Bowl
Yeah.
champs. This is the best
7 more
offensive
minutes.
plays. 7 minutes worth. This was their backup running back late in the game. This was
Shipley.
such a sweet
Almost stripped.
destruction victory.
So thrilled here in Philly with what they've seen.
Washington
Tom
thought
Brady
they
kissing
were.
our ass. You hear him?
Washington
I'm
thought they
so
were
proud
back,
what
but
Philly's done.
not quite.
There it is.
Which one is this? Oh,
Oh, no,
another.
this isn't
Like
it.
he had so many great scrambles in the Super Bowl.
Feels like this is a fairly easy watch as an Eagles fan. This playoffs, not a lot of
Saquon,
adversity.
Thank you, Giants.
Is that safe to
Yeah,
say?
Johnny, I love it. in
No, the first
Flemington.
two
Oh, that's-
games, especially this one, the one against the
Oh,
Rams
Johnny's
in the
not
snow,
here.
that one came down
Yeah.
to the last seconds. But then the NFC Championship and Super Bowl were both.
And I'm glad we kept Goddard, by the way.
Yes. Yep, me too. Even though it's probably his last year, but that's fine. Barkley was the key, of
Come
course. getting
on,
him.
this guy's a beast.
Yeah. I mean, I said this halfway through this game to my wife that it'll never get better than this. This is
hell no.
the apex of my, I think, 30. For me, it's 35 years
Yeah.
as an Eagles fan. Of course it won't.
Because
I mean,
not only did we win, we kicked the shit out
destroyed
of them.
them against
The
team.
freaking score doesn't. It really should be like 40-6.
Yeah, because they put their backups in like
Yeah.
a college team in the last 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it was sweet. Ending the dynasty. Maybe, hopefully. Against Reed, too, their old coach.
If we get one more ring, then we're one of the elite franchises at that point. 3 or more, you're elite.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say like this century.
2's fucking makes you
he makes some
but
pretty. Yeah.
4 or more, then you're a legendary franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they've had.
Yeah, I just want one
pretty
more.
good run.
One more would be nice.
Yeah, well, it's not
Fuck that!
greedy.
I went to Alabama. I wish it was like that, where we just got ring after
Oh,
ring.
really? You'd want that many? To where it was like everyone hated
yeah,
you.
hell yeah! I want to. They hate us anyway. So why does it matter? Let's make them more miserable.
Hate them for being the dynasty.
That's how Danzo's gotten this far in life.
That's right.
That's how he's going to Super Bowl.
So he's cheering for all the heels. Yeah.
Nobody likes us. Nobody likes us.
Is that, Joe, as someone who's close to it all, is it based more on what it used to be like in the days of the vet, like the hatred from the other fans, or is it still? Because I've heard it said it's like it's more.
It's not as bad as the link as the vet. You'd have to watch your ass.
That's crazy.
Your fucking life could be on the line at the vet,
right? And the booing Santa Claus and all that, those stories.
But see, that's the most bullshit story ever.
Yeah,
the whole story is that the real Santa canceled. So there was some drunk dude in the crowd. They asked him to do it,
he
was having fun with the crowd. They were throwing snowballs at each other because they're like, "This guy's terrible. He's got a cotton ball snowball, beard."
Right, yeah, and he was like 98
Howard
pounds.
Cosell, like a month later, said in Philly where they booed Santa Claus.
And that was also like an all-time bad Eagles season too. The fans were pissed. Yeah.
They didn't boo him. They hit him with a battery. Get it right.
This was such a beautiful game. I was in Philly this night too. That's what made it even nicer.
Sweet.
Went out in the streets and partied.
See, I was never a football fan, and the family didn't watch it. But I'll tell you what, the two things: if we did, we would have been going to Eagles games because we didn't go to when you lived where we lived, as Joe knows. Driving to New York was like driving. You're like, okay, that's ridiculous. Philadelphia is where we all went. That's why I was a Phillies fan. I went to nothing but Phillies games. That's why
you made the right choice.
That's right.
Definitely.
Plus, Philly fans are the best, man. I don't care what anyone says.
I do love football in the snow. It's my favorite thing. Oh, we definitely are.
When I lived in LA and I said I was a Philly sports fan, people would look me up and down like I was a specimen or something.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yo, you're one of those, huh? I've heard of him.
Nancy, we might be dealing with an idiot.
This was an awesome touchdown.
And a violent one at that. He might snap at any time.
That's right.
Like I watched
Garrett is really good.
Joe, I watched this maybe hour-long documentary on Mike Schmidt on the MLB.
That was awesome. Yeah, I saw that.
And I wasn't as aware somehow of how much shit he got from the fans. I was like, Jesus Christ. He's one of the greatest of all time, and those fans just treated him like shit.
He was so unenthusiastic most of the time.
Who are you talking about? Sorry,
Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt, the greatest third baseman ever.
Greatest third baseman of all time.
But he was so stoic, too stoic, I guess.
Same with lefty Steve Carlton.
Right.
Talk to the media.
Wouldn't talk to the media. That was a beautiful.
Greg Luzinski was my childhood hero.
Oh, I remember I cried. I was a little kid when they traded him.
Oh, dude,
9 or 10. My dad told me. I started bawling. Like, no, not Greg Luzinski.
Well, you would have been 9 because I was 10, and I made me so mad that I said I don't want to watch the Phillies anymore.
Yeah, I remember I was pissed.
It was right after they finally won the World Series after all those years, and then they trade away my favorite player. I'm like, get the fuck. I'm 10. I don't understand that he's washed up.
All these runs. I mean, I can't believe how
Dude,
In the
Saquon,
snow.
and all
In the
because the
snow.
Giants. Thank you, Giants.
Here's the dagger, and this is gotta be the last play.
To my boy Devontae.
Yeah,
Roll Tide roll.
got it here.
35-0.
That's when me and my
give me a
friends we
break.
just started flexing. Like
It
this
was
game's
over at
definitely
halftime.
over.
Yeah.
It was over, but that definitely was the dagger.
Yeah.
Like they're not
Who
coming
was
back.
the who was halftime
Now
show?
they bring
this
back Embiid.
last show.
Oh, who
Oh yeah,
was that?
Kendrick. Yeah, Kendrick. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
rad.
Kendrick.
Lamar.
It was great.
I thought it was boring. I thought it was boring.
When Serena Williams started dancing, I was like, woo, that is.
That music
I
was
got a huge-
terrible, man. I was like, no.
I
was
liked that.
way
I
into it.
didn't. No,
All right.
I didn't think it. I didn't think. I thought it was too. It was too like calm. I don't know.
I loved it. I was way into it.
The year before was way better.
What was it the year before?
They had all those people like Eminem, Dre,
Oh,
like
right, 'cause
everyone.
Oh, that
in
was a couple
LA.
years back.
Yeah,
That was good.
Yeah, that one was awesome.
Rihanna,
That was better
Rihanna,
when it was
like the
Rihanna was
house.
the year before.
It
I
was
like
a house,
Rihanna
and each room was like
No,
different.
Rihanna was
Rihanna
2
was good.
years.
Yeah, she was good. I
It
give
was the
her. I
year
like
that
her.
she-
with
Chiefs
Nuno
beat the
Betancourt.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
Lady Gaga's year, and I was shocked that I did at the time. I didn't appreciate her at the time.
That's so
Okay,
funny. Yeah, I
who's
remember.
this? The Dark Clan?
Is it?
I'm scared.
I'm not sure. Is it Killer Khan or is it Ricky Choshu? That's the match we're getting.
And who's the mask dude?
Oh, okay.
I guess it.
Wow.
We'll see. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh, real
Choshu.
quick halftime shows. The best one I went to was the first Eagles Super Bowl. We lost the Patriots. We had Paul McCartney. That was
okay.
good. Yeah.
McCartney.
Back when they had rock. Now we're never gonna have rock and roll again.
Well,
The
Rock.
best
Ever.
halftime. Well, Rack is dead. Yeah.
Calgary Hurricanes. This is. They were all trained in Calgary.
The best Super Bowl of all time is Prince.
Oh, of course. In
Hands
the
down.
rain, no
Yeah,
less.
yeah.
My best friend in high school, Johnny knew him. Jonas Einstein was the technical director.
Kevin
for
says
that
it's got to
Super
be
Bowl.
Khan based on his height.
Hold on. Say that again, Joe.
He was the technical
Canadian
director
flag.
for that Super Bowl. That's the guy.
Oh,
that's
wow.
like,
Oh,
switch
Jonas
to camera
was.
1, camera 2, zoom in.
Really?
And that was
Cool.
difficult because it was raining, so they constantly had to
Yeah,
switch.
and
I
got
had no
that
idea
sport.
Jonas did that. I just thought
he
he was
works
a
for the
restaurant.
Got that,
Today
that
Show now.
legendary silhouette. Of,
I just thought he was. I just thought he was a restaurateur.
That's,
Yeah, here comes Joshu.
Wow.
That's Jonas Gold.
Oh, I'm getting mixed up then.
Yeah.
I'm getting- okay, boy, I'm getting Jewish racist. I'm getting Jonas Gold and mixed
Jonas
up.
Einstein.
Jonas Einstein mixed up.
Who's this?
Ricky Choshu.
Ah. Nice.
This is a death match.
Oh, I'll take one of those ladies.
It's the long con, of course.
I'll bring you
Or,
flowers.
Week 60 something, maybe. I don't know. Lost count.
Joe just blows all of his money at
I
massage.
love it. Holy fuck. What a fucking. This is crazy. What a gimmick, man.
I can't see
I
a
don't know,
thing. I can't see a fucking thing.
Okay, let me know when we go to the ring, okay? I got some stuff I want to do on the way down. We're there.
Seriously,
KK.
seriously, don't let me fall. Seriously, don't let me fall. Don't let me fall.
But also, don't let me in the ring until I've done my shit, okay? I got some very specific stuff.
Oh fuck, my mask is on backwards. Fuck.
Kevin says it's Jake at WrestleMania 7. Yeah, the Canadian flag is there.
Canadian
Kevin
flag
said the Canadian flag's there to honor me and Kelly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
We
man,
can't
let's see a
officially declare
sharpshooter.
what this is until he takes off the hood. And who's under the traditional mask?
I'm
Is that a
not
machine?
It's definitely Killer Khan.
Of course, because this is
I don't
pretty
know
great.
why
He's got a rope.
the
He's an executioner.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure why the
I
gimmick.
love this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey!
continues.
The long con continues. Naysayer Kelly Nelson last time about the continuation of the long con has come through.
Yeah, I've been saving this one for a long time. We've seen some real great con matches from Japan.
Joe, like the last time you were on the show was a year ago. Were we doing the long con?
I'm
Yes.
sure we were. Yeah,
Oh, we were. Okay.
We
Every
started
single show we do something involving Killer Con.
January of 2020.
What did we do last time? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Don't remember.
Could have been a promo.
Some of them
Yeah,
were
yeah,
quite
we've done
short.
promos.
Outback Jack.
Maybe the Outback
Outback
Jack.
Jack was early.
It was like the
Outhouse
first one.
Jack. Yeah, I think that was
My favorite one is the snake pit with Hogan, where he spits the mist into Hogan's face.
That's right.
Because Hogan's just like going like, "What you gonna do?" And Khan isn't moving a muscle. He's just like standing with his hands on his hips and just looks at him and just goes, "Boof," and all just comes out. It's the best. He does it.
Kevin telling us this is Tiger Hattori as ref. He followed Choshu around. So are you saying he would have refed Choshu's matches exclusively
until he adopted him and brought him in?
So yeah, he's like his Robin,
his dog.
His dog.
He's the son of acrobats.
He's been following me around all day. Can I have him, Mom? Can I?
Went to the Choshu cave. Let him in.
This is a stupid pet peeve of mine. I hate when wrestlers wear black trunks and white boots. I don't know why. It looks like they're wearing.
I can get it. I kind of get it. It's not good. It's not good. Oh, please.
Especially King Kong Bundy.
Especially no knee pads, too.
Oh, the worst.
Makes it extra weird.
Boxcar Greg Valentine in Rhythm and Blues.
He looks like
that we
I love that you think he's I love that you're doing him as Boxcar Willie, because my father bought all those Boxcar Willie albums off of TV. Loved Boxcar Willie.
So
my dad too. That's hilarious. Oh my god, we're gonna do a deep dive on Boxcar Willie one of these days. Hilarious. I could not name a single Boxcar Willie song.
Because I think he was just like old folk songs.
Yeah.
And his take on
but kind of jokes. Yeah.
And all that shit. Yeah. Like I said, my dad watched very little television outside of the news. And it was Sanford and Son and Hee Haw.
Sanford and Son's the greatest show ever, man.
When is Norman the lunatic back on? That's
that's the other one.
If you sing along to
that's the other one. He loved Norman the lunatic.
Ricky Choshu looks like he's like Tom Cruise in Risky Business with those White Sox. Just gonna slide in. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, by the way, watching Hee Haw now, Roy Clark. I never realized that guy's one of the greatest guitarists.
He's one of the greatest musicians. He can play. He can play everything straight.
Wow.
Really?
Everything.
Where are you finding all the Hee Haws, man?
They're on YouTube. There's tons of it. It's
but
all
then
on
I
YouTube.
started watching him individually, just playing guitar. I was like, wow.
But so was Buck Owens.
Yeah.
Buck Owens was one of the greats of all times. Here's the evolution of Hee Haw. When I was a little kid, I thought the jokes were hilarious. And the music was boring, and I'd fall asleep.
Now it's
the opposite.
And now it's like everything is the worst shit you've ever seen, and all of the music is incredible.
Yep.
Kevin's saying so. There's a thing in 1996 G1 Climax. Whenever Ricky Choshu did a superplex, Tiger Hattori, this ref, would put his hand on Choshu's ass to help make sure Choshu gets over on the superplex.
Ooh,
funny.
Exciting.
That's why he brought him home.
Yeah.
You're my dog.
Got him neutered immediately.
The other thing with Hee Haw, it was always on before Benny Hill.
Oh,
that was the show I always
where you would actually get to see actual boobies.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, we would pause it because they cut it in America, but if you pause it exactly, you caught like a little bit.
So were you taping? Hold on, Danzo. Were you taping Benny Hill?
Up?
Yes.
Okay.
Benny Hill, wrestling, all that. Used to tape.
I knew you taped wrestling.
Like Bizarre. I tell you, Daily Motion has like a good first 2 seasons of Bizarre uncensored. You guys.
I love that. Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. I love that Danzo was.
Kevin was also taping Benny Hill.
Recording
Kevin
Benny
was
Hill
too.
to pause it. To pause it just at the right.
Noted PWG legend.
Right there, you got it.
Champion.
Hey, you know, when you're that age, you're trying to find anything.
You're trying to find anything to jerk off to. You're trying to find anything to jerk off to.
I made multiple comp tapes.
Oh, me too. Are you crazy? Oh, yes.
I didn't have that tape.
Oh, we go.
You didn't have the technology.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude,
I had a whole
that is pure cement.
I still do,
CBC,
dude. I
CBC
stole,
late night. VHS tape.
I stole a hustler from the Ringo's Pharmacy, so I got introduced to shit real fast.
I was 4.5.
I know. My dad got me a Playboy when I was 7.
That's great.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen to me. I did.
Because I loved the cartoons.
We
Little,
found a, like it must have been
sure,
like a
Johnny,
hustler.
the cartoons. Yeah,
I was 7.
I
thought
love it.
Little
The
Annie
Leonard
Fanny
Maltin
was hilarious.
Or Leonard.
I got in
Maltin
trouble around 5 or
interviews.
6 at the CV or the whatever the pharmacy was in the Flemington Mall. They caught me looking at the nudie bags. My mom didn't know where I was. She was like up front.
Dude,
All
you
of a
had
sudden,
you were quite the hold on, Danzo, guys, Danzo was quite the criminal at the Flemington Mall, by the way.
Ooh.
This was
No, I
this
wasn't.
this was his first offense, was the looking at nudie magazines as a young child. Much later, I believe,
There it is.
there's a reason why he couldn't come over for
original
WrestleMania 3.
sharpshooter.
No, that was the party I had. I had a party and my friend fell through the ceiling.
Yeah, well, okay, that was that. Well, did you steal something from the
Did
Kmart?
you use
No,
the
my
same-
friend stole it.
Does he use the same
everyone
leg
ran
as
and I got
Brett?
caught. I'm like,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't steal it.
Or
though.
because I know don't Brett and Sting famously use different legs?
Could be. It looks different than Brett's, that's for sure.
Ooh.
Joe, well, when you got caught because your friend stole something from the Kmart, did Tony Gurria, who worked at the pizzeria, was he the one who apprehended? Was he the one who
Rick
apprehended
Martel. It was Rick Martel.
you? It was Rick Martel. He looked like Rick Martel. That's right.
And Civiaffi was getting a slice.
Civiaffi was getting a
He saw
slice.
Civiaffi and he looked like he wanted to kick our asses. So he didn't say hi to him.
You guys have mentioned this.
I've
story more than once.
One of the stories
100 times.
100 times.
Starting in 2013.
He was with his girlfriend, and he looked like he was about to do to his girlfriend what the guy he replaced did to his girlfriend.
Don't even look at me.
Yeah, but Tony Gurria would have looked out for us.
No,
I mean,
Rick Martel. He looked
Martel.
like Rick Martel.
It's just like me and Killer Khan and Kamala, Danzo. I just can't get it straight.
We just wanted it to be Tony because that's your.
Of course,
I
because that's who I freeze framed and jerked off to.
Mm.
I was more of a
Better than
Jose
Benny
Luis
Hill,
Rivera guy.
Oh, a sexy man.
Jose Luis
Yes,
Rivera.
Awesome.
Danzo, I think I told someone recently how much I laughed about you pissed off your dad when you said he looked like Rusty Brooks. It was so fucking funny.
That is hilarious.
Because he didn't. I mean
My dad was heavy, but he wasn't Rusty Brooks heavy.
maybe
But I
Rusty-
said, you look
I mean,
like
who
if you were a lot
among us?
heavier, Dad, you would be Rusty Brooks.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he was a good
Your
dude.
dad looks like Rusty Brooks. No, he doesn't.
It's why when I first got
nice.
online, my screen name at the first place message board I went to was Rusty Brooks. This ring
Then he
just
got
can't
all
make up his
skinny.
mind.
Remember that? Later in his career, he dropped like
he
200
trained
pounds or
people. He was
something.
around forever.
Yeah.
He fought Hogan on TV, man.
That's
Brooksomania.
right. He had the green trunks with white boots.
Yeah. He got a job eventually at a supermarket, and he hated it. And when he hung himself,
Holy
he carved something
Hung himself.
into the wall. Yeah, said Brooks
Oh,
was here.
Jesus Christ. I don't think we've ever seen Khan this damaged before.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't remember him bleeding really much ever.
No.
Not at least in WWE.
No, definitely
Well,
not.
God,
well,
not when he was there.
No, I don't think against
Not when he was there.
Because when he wrestled Andre, that was his big feud.
I don't
Oh,
think there was
that
any
I'm
blood
thinking of
involved.
when we saw him because blood was gone from WWF when we
Right.
saw him versus Hogan.
No.
Meanwhile,
he
at
was,
the
he was making
Philadelphia
people bleed, but
Spectrum,
he wasn't bleeding.
I mean,
Jesus.
Civic
Oh
Center.
man, this feels like this could be in Way of the Blade.
Well, actually, you know what's funny though, Johnny? Remember I told you there was an issue. I went to a Spectrum card with my dad, and one of the matches was Morocco versus JOID in a chain match. And I think it was Morocco bled. And some commissioner was there, and it was a big deal. They got like a huge fine or something for it. Yeah.
Well, no, Joe.
That was after they stopped doing blood, basically.
But the show we were at almost got shut down over blood. Great American Bash at the vet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because of the blade stuck in Wahoo's forehead.
Wahoo got a blade stuck in his head. Like it was like after 4 matches, the commission was going to shut it down, and then someone pointed out that place isn't full, but there's a lot of maniacs who are going to go nuts if you cancel this.
No,
Killer Khan there to see Road Warrior Hawk versus Flair.
Killer Khan does have a Way the Blade match against Terry Gordy that I don't think we've watched yet.
Yes, we have.
Is that world class?
Yes,
that's the world class Texas Death match.
It's the best world class match,
arguably. Yeah,
as voted on by the experts and 20 people who bought the DVD.
Did finish #1 in the DVD VR poll.
What did you guys think of Iron Claw?
I liked it.
I liked it. I only saw it the once in the theater.
It was good, but didn't really have a story. And then the worst representation of Ric Flair ever. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? And the guy's like, I wanted to do my own version. Like, no, you don't.
They should have cast you.
I know Danzo. See, Danzo, dude. I saw Danzo in his first and only movie. I've seen that movie. He could have done it. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely would have been better Flair.
Danzo does Dallas.
I love that you saw me go right to my pen.
That has multiple meetings for an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
in Dallas.
There you go.
They're fucking insignificant now.
Yes,
they really are. Like we talk about him.
What a
pin him.
Fuck yeah.
Finish him off.
Come on, Khan.
Come on, Khan.
I don't know who's gonna win this match. I don't know. Like, I wish I knew all the.
Well, that's just it. The long con. To keep the long con going, we're gonna have to go to all the Japan stuff, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Come on, let Khan win a match.
This is fucking awesome.
Well, this had been.
Come on, ref. Don't be slow.
For quite a while, these two. So this is after they broke up, obviously.
That's another thing Danzo and then eventually I would do. When the referee would like do a count on the babyface would kick out, even if it was a perfectly fine count. We'd be like, "Come on, 1, 2, 3."
Slow count, ref.
Or in the reverse, slow count, ref. Come on.
Shout out to
we're basically being managers.
Yes,
what we were doing.
Our friend on
people are
Twitch,
sitting on the floor.
DJ Ansi does a great. He plays a lot of modern Joshi. DJ ANSAI. I think it's DJ _ ANSAI.
Is this a DJ?
Another guy on. No, it's just I think he's a former wrestler. No, he's a guy on Twitch. He plays modern Joshi and modern Lucha. If he's ever on online, you guys should check him out. Oh,
come on, that's got to be it.
Was big mistake was
when I DJ'd at the strip club. I used to try to suggest some girls to go with an anime gimmick.
I like at the strip club. Come on, this is bullshit. You went Khan.
Kevin voted in the DVD DR world class voting.
DR.
He said, I'm just looking at his rating. I don't think it's quite right. But he voted.
Hey, those 9.5s will do you in, buddy.
Yeah. He voted Khan Gordy as first as well.
What about Buck Zumwalt versus Brian Adidas?
I don't know. Let's see. The most boring wrestler of all time versus the child molester.
Worst human of all time.
Yeah, scumbag.
That's a tough call.
I didn't like him anyway back then. Like, this guy fucking sucks.
That's a judgment. Like, there's worse. Is Vince McMahon not a worse human than?
I don't know. Vince McMahon hasn't fucked any kids.
I mean,
Vince McMahon's never fucked no kids. So
that we know of.
that we know of.
The little boys.
How do I get on Epstein's plane? He always wanted to. I bet. He could never.
I want to see.
I want to be on the list.
I want to see his egg-shaped cock.
Oh, right on the noggin for Khan.
Yeah. This is nuts.
What a brutal match.
Yep.
Is pro wrestling still big in Japan?
Of course.
Yeah.
It not as big as it used to be, but it's
Oh,
still
it had
big
a
enough.
pretty big
I still
boom.
because eventually I want to go there in the next year or two.
Wow.
Ooh,
It's really expensive, Joe.
No, they've
even
lowered the VAT. They've changed everything because a lot of my friends have been going. You could get like hotels used to have to spend like $1,000 for like $150 a night now. They want
really?
people to come over. Yeah, like China's
Interesting.
doing it too. I wouldn't go to China though, but
Yeah.
Japan, I'm dying to go there. And I want to go to wrestling there. That would be so cool.
Oh, sick
Okay,
Larry.
Remember what it
Joe,
was.
if you
I've been to
do,
China.
Joe,
It's gotta be almost over.
if and when you do, let me
Oh,
know.
not quite.
Let me know because I know a guy from DVDVR who could let you know when everything is, when it's
All
playing,
right.
where it is, and all that shit.
Get the
I want to stay in a
streamer out of the
hotel that looks
fucking-
like Godzilla is attacking it.
Oh yeah, 'cause that, yeah,
That's,
that's what they
awesome.
do here.
They got a giant Godzilla in front
Oh,
of
do
it.
they?
Yeah, so it looks like if you look
Look
out
at-
your window,
I
Godzilla's
love
right
it.
there.
He's setting up
Landing
for
up.
it.
Yeah, hey, you got to build it up, man. Oh,
Another lariat.
that's it.
Yeah.
Come on, this is some bull.
Do we
Khan got
recognize
fucked
any of
again.
the young lions?
No. Apparently, Khan
They can't help
hated
Khan up.
how Choshu did that finish and
Yeah.
did the show off spot before he pinned him.
Oh,
They
I
had-
like that because sometimes you need to build up that extra kinetic energy off the ropes to really deliver that last fucking close.
You're out of here, grueling minority.
I think this was one of Khan's last.
Okay, did you just have to kick someone out
Matches
of the
in Japan.
Twitch?
Yeah.
What for?
It's just a bot.
Giant cock picture.
Okay.
Bot. You cannot post pictures in Twitch. It's only chat.
That was a classic match.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I don't have
They
we
both
seen
got hurt
Choshu?
there for real.
Have we
You
watched
could
any
tell.
Choshu on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen Khan. and
Hey,
Choshu
Ribera.
multiple times in
Yeah.
tags. But yeah, no, we should watch more.
Ricky
Choshu.
Ricky Choshu, great mulletman.
Yes. Great mullet game. Great white boot game.
Great.
no.
Great
I'm with
Larry
Danzo, I'm with
game.
Danzo.
game.
Oh,
There we go.
Johnny!
shit! Is this
Another-
it?
Another
Yeah.
callback. This is it.
Oh,
December
Kelly?
13th,
Kelly?
1986.
Kelly,
Yeah.
have I told you lately that I love you?
Yeah,
I told you.
not lately, but I know you love me.
Well, I love you.
I
but-
told you,
because
Johnny.
We were at this fucking
I know.
show,
Yeah.
baby.
I told
And
you this
everyone
is a
thought because
legendary
Gorilla
playlist.
Monsoon was there, the title was going to change.
Yep,
Everyone was
they
like,
got
"That's- when Gorilla's here, titles change.
yep, Gorillas there, and that
But
finish.
wasn't he always there though?
No,
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 I thought
he
Gorilla
usually
was him and Dick were the.
I don't know. That's
Team
what
at that
was
time.
going around. That's what
Okay,
people were
that was
saying.
the Stone theory. Yeah.
No,
Gorilla and Dick.
we were with Joe's dad at this
Sounds
show.
like a weekend.
No, this was me, you, and your dad.
No, not this show. This was with your
oh,
dad.
Yeah, it was. Because
dude,
we went to
This I know. My dad was when I got spit on. This show was your
no,
dad.
The one you got spit on, we were with Kent.
Yeah, he's bored by all of our lore.
Sorry.
But no, I remember being your dad for this one. I'm pretty sure I'm right. But nevertheless, we had seats right by over the entrance ramp, right off to the side. So we were
that's
watching
cool.
Yeah.
everyone.
So what is this cage? It's different. It's a different cage.
This
Kevin's
is just
asking.
the traditional.
It's
Yeah.
a
Ones I
traditional
like.
Free.
I
cage.
hate the blue cage.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, me too.
They didn't use the blue cage outside, only on the
Bundy.
big shows, like the pay-per-views, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
this was
Bundy,
What about
on
Saturday
Saturday
night's main event?
Yeah, but not for
house
But this
shows.
was earlier.
you know.
This was way
Yeah.
earlier.
yeah,
than that.
not for
with the same finish.
MSG, Spectrum,
The Spectrum or Boston Garden.
I don't
Yeah.
care. Anyone says Orndorff's foot hit quicker.
That's what I thought. We thought
They
for
fucked
certain
us.
Orndorff won the. Not to
this was-
spoil anything.
This was 2 days before they taped the famous Saturday nights.
Was I okay? I that's my big pet peeve with Hogan. If anyone
There
or
we go.
Gordon
The older
deserved
rules
one shot,
again.
he should
Rules
have had
again.
fucking one little.
Is this
ring
the-
to make this a
he
legendary
beamed
moment.
him. He gave him a bunch of little slap in the balls there.
I've never
Okay.
seen this match.
Okay,
Luke
Joe.
Cage debuted at Mania 2, Kevin says.
Yeah, Joe.
Yes.
Do you remember that we saw? It was a Jimmy Jack Funk versus Blackjack Mulligan in like a 3-minute match, and that was when Mulligan, they had him dressing like an old-time prospector in like
He had like the
all
fucking
time-
red overalls.
red. Oh no, he had the red
Look-
undershirt, thermal shirt, everything.
Yeah, with
and
the
he
overalls.
was sweating so hard when he walked back by us, right by us. We looked at him, we thought he was going to have a heart attack. He was covered in sweat and just wheezing.
He could barely move then. Come on,
We saw,
Orndorff,
we saw
choke him
Billy.
out.
We saw Billy Jerk Haynes get fucked by Danny Davis, the evil referee, versus Hercules Hernandez this night
That's
too.
right.
And I believe there was there a Piper's Pit?
I'm gonna get the
I don't
card
remember.
up here.
Okay, I remember this. So Danzo and I had gone, as I've talked to I've mentioned millions of times, we went to Starrcade 86, right?
Just
Joe,
a
do
couple
you
weeks before this.
weeks before this. Joe, do you remember during the show, we're third row, we start talking to this like older guy, an adult. We were kids, 16, and he was from the East Coast too. And we mentioned that the next month's show was NWA had the Bunkhouse Stampede the same night as this. And we had already gotten tickets for this. And we said, no, we're going to see that. And this grown man fucking like does that nerd fucking bullshit. I was like, he goes, you're gonna miss you guys are gonna miss the Bunkhouse Stampede to see Hulk Hogan. And I remember looking at Dan, we're 16 years old, and we're like, go fuck yourself.
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you. And then we got this great card, and this fucking match rules. And I'll tell you, I'm sure this match was better than the Bunkhouse Stampede.
Steve Lombardi pinned Tony Garea in the curtain jerker. Do you remember that?
You
Garea subbing for Outback.
How could you forget? That's
You'd
like
think I would.
like a
You'd
Princess
think I would.
Diana moment. Where were you?
You think
Butch
I
Reed
would?
pinned Siviafi.
We did see Outback Jack once. That was the
Brutus
night of the
Beefcake
Beefcake
other.
the other
pinned Mike
card.
Rotundo with his feet on the rope.
Who beat Mike
Wait,
Rotundo?
who beat Mike Rotundo?
Brutus Beefcake
My
with
man,
his feet
okay.
on the rope. So you guys must have been happy about that
Yep.
finish. Honky Tonk Man pinned SD Jones.
Main event.
Okay.
Anyway.
Wow.
I remember he was there.
Dan Spivey pinned Greg Valentine. Ugh,
That's some bullshit.
that's
I have no
but
memory
it was
of
a
that.
smodgy type interference finish. So, oh, this was the night. Blackjack Mulligan pinned Jimmy Jack Funk
I
at
told
the
you.
51-second mark.
Yeah, it was
51
quick.
seconds, and he almost
did
died.
That, like, elbow
He almost
smash
died.
Yes,
thing,
the
yeah.
flying back elbow.
But he almost died. It was insane.
Here's the hot one. Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart defeated Pedro Morales and Tito Santana.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I kind of remember that. It was good.
Junkyard Dog fought King Harley Race to a double countout at
I remember
7:47.
that.
And here's your screw job match. Hercules defeated Billy Jerk Haynes
Yep.
after Haynes accidentally elbowed referee Danny Davis in the face.
Mm-hmm.
See right here, I was
Quiet
like, come
DQ.
on, finish
here
him
we-
off.
Still more matches.
Okay.
Jose Luis Rivera pinned
Joe's
Iron
crush.
Mike Sharp. my
If he
favorite
had been
wrestler.
bald, he'd be champion. Remember-
Rivera pinned.
I remember
Iron Mike
Jesse
Sharp.
said
That's-
that
that's-
Hold on
about
a second.
somebody.
What was that, Kel? Who
Jose
did Jose fight?
Luis Rivera pinned Iron Mike Sharp in
That's a
1
bold
minute
thing
and
too.
43
The greatest
seconds.
Canadian athlete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. See, he wasn't the greatest.
He
Kamala
like to take
pinned.
a lot of showers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was
Who
that
Kamala
using the
pinned?
headband? Yeah. Kill
Kamala
him!
pinned.
Kill him, Hulk! Choke the life out of him! You're my hero! USA!
Who'd Kamala pin?
Corporal Kirshner
Dude, I
at
remember that.
242 following 2 splashes.
Pedro
And then
brought
another
his,
splash off the top rope.
his one
That's
pair
right.
of orange trunks.
And
That's
Kirshner was taken backstage on a stretcher.
A stretcher.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Hey!
We saw, hold on, Danzo, we saw Kirshner get taken out on a stretcher, and I have
Yeah.
no memory of this. Holy
I remember
shit.
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then this match. So yeah.
So how many matches in total were
Let
on
me
that
see.
show?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Corporal Kirshner had to go
5,
back to his
6,
home planet.
7, 8, 9, 11 matches.
11 matches. Well,
But
some
a lot of
were,
them were quick. Some of
Yes.
those matches
Yeah.
were like
Yeah.
2 or 3 minutes. So
or Blackjack Mulligan, who almost had a heart attack in 31 seconds.
Longest
they took
match
him
of
right
the
to the
night.
hospital after his match.
Longest match of the night went 10 minutes and 18 seconds.
This
Are
match?
we watching it? I'm guessing, yeah.
I would imagine that or the tag match.
Is this all cage match, Kelly?
What do you mean all cage match?
All the info you're reading?
Oh no, I'm on history of the WWE.com.
Right.
He's on the site that he's creating himself. He's gonna try to figure out how to monetize this shit.
This is my history of WWE is my go-to for the
Right.
Oh, I love
show
going to that.
cards.
Oh, dude, I've been going to that, and they've got all the Ring of Honor results from all the Ring of Honor shows I went to, and I'm looking at that and going, I don't remember seeing that guy. There's tons of that shit.
See, my thing is like, again, 84 being my favorite year. Like, just how many weird matches they had. Like, oh, I would love to see this. Like, again, like to me, it's a big deal. You guys probably not. Like Andre Snuka got a bunch of shots against Murdoch and Adonis.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
I would
like to see
dude,
that.
are you kidding?
That'd be
Are
fun
you
to
kidding?
watch.
I want to see that match next.
That is not on tape.
None of
as
them are
far
on
as-
tape. You know, I'm
No,
like,
that's not on tape.
man. Samoans against Iron Sheik and Volkov. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not on tape either, as far as I know. No, Murdoch and Adonis had tons of great matches in that.
Oh yeah, they're my favorite tag team ever. Like WWE champs.
Yeah.
Them and the Samoans.
Yeah, and they feuded. Those matches are on the MSG.
Here's the one I know I brought up to you guys, but I can't believe all the Pro Wrestling USA supposedly are available. Why can't I find the Road Warriors against the Wild Samoans? It happened. I can't find it anywhere.
Was it at the
happened. I know
Meadowlands?
for a fact it happened.
Was that at the Metal? It was at the Meadowlands, right?
I don't know. It was on one of the TV shows.
It was on the
Okay.
regular TV.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, come on. That was
most
like
of
my
the
dream match
TVs
as a kid.
That is
most
a
of the
dream
TVs, I'll look around for it, man. But
I've looked everywhere,
No,
Johnny.
that one
Because
I-
when you look it up, it automatically goes to the Samoan SWAT.
let me give you a kiss, brother.
SWAT squad or whatever they were called.
Right there on the eyeball.
What was that in the 90s? The Samoan SWAT
Samoan SWAT
The
team.
Samoan SWAT team.
team. That's it. It
They were
defaults
they
to that if
became
you
the
look
head
it up.
Well, Joe.
Right. Oh, I thought he was going
Let
to throw
me
into
take a
that
look.
pole.
I've watched.
Throw
I've
his
watched.
spine into that middle pole.
The big leg that we cut away
Oh, come
from.
on. Who's the cameraman?
Oh, it's the
there?
little midget referee.
Because
Was Danny Davis involved in
I
this?
feel
too?
like I've seen this.
No. Here we go. Yeah,
It's
Maybe you
possible
have.
we've watched this.
not this match,
No.
but you've seen this because this is the finish of the famous Saturday night's main event.
Really?
This is the match they ran at all the houses, and then they did it
Yeah.
on main event 2 days later.
This is the only other one on tape,
Oh.
as far as I know.
Ugh.
Well, here's another thing. There was more than one Snuka Morocco cage match.
Oh,
And
yeah,
some
of
of them were
course.
definitely
Ooh,
recorded.
I
I'd like to
remember
see
that. I remember Bobby Heenan
splashes.
taking that bump. I remember every moment of this because I
Here it
thought
is.
maybe we were
My
going to
balls!
see it.
Oh my god! Cut my scrotum! Cut my
It was
scrotum
so
on a zip
loud.
tie,
It
brother.
was so loud. Listen to this.
Oh, but this was the end. Yeah, they didn't do the double.
It's a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, the other one they made it. It was
they
closer.
restarted the match, and Danny
But-
Davis was one of the refs in the
No,
end.
no. From our vantage point, I remember
thought-
Joe. We thought Orndorff won. the match.
Orndorff won, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
From
on
where we
Saturday
were
night's
sitting,
main
we thought
event, they
Orndorff
both
won.
climb over the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were like they
Yeah.
both jump at the same time.
But then the finish is this. That is also the finish on Saturday night's main event, with Orndorff going through the door.
Kevin says the time to set up the cage took longer than half the card. It sounds like
That match
that
wasn't
happened-
the longest match of the night. It was the tag match. Like
Yeah, it was
20.
definitely the tag match. Oh, that was back, right, Joe? Back in the day, you had to wait 20 minutes sometimes for them
Yeah,
to
where they
come to
set
the
it up.
cage.
Yeah.
I was at a Pro Wrestling USA show, and I don't think you were with me. My mom took me, and we had floor seats. And the main event was Slaughter Kamala in the cage,
No, I didn't go to that. My dad's friend went to that. Yeah.
and it felt like it took a half an hour for them to build that cage. It took all the
It
energy
probably
out
did. Yeah.
of the place.
I'll be right
And
back.
the best part, at the time, there were some like American hostages being held on a plane that got held for like a week. And after he beats Kamala, and we're walking out, my mom's like, let's go, let's beat the traffic. And I'm hearing Slaughter go, I'd like to have everyone say the Pledge of Allegiance for our brave hostages. And my mom's like, get the fuck out of here.
We love you, Sarge, but we don't care.
Monsoon.
Yep.
Well, they certainly did right here for Bobby the Brain here. Cost him the World's Heavyweight Championship.
That's what happens when you gamble. You want to gamble, Dick?
By the way,
Dick's still alive, as far as I know.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Here we go. This is the main event of the
Joe,
the
okay.
non-patron
Kelly knows who the guest is because this is like
This
you
is
could
another
not have booked a more Joe Danzo show. My
Yeah,
friend.
well,
Great.
I took my time with this one.
And I'm glad you did because I can't help myself. I just want to do clips of Flair embarrassing himself to roast his favorite wrestler.
This is another one I've never seen before. Andre.
Shamil, Schlemazel, Hasafet Incorporated.
100%.
We're gonna
That was
do
Laverne
it.
and Shirley. Yeah.
Look at this super team. Andre, Bob Backlund, and Jimmy Snuka.
They're having the time of their life.
This
those
is even
girls.
unfair. I mean, come on.
This is the only Andre Backlund on the same team match that I can recall.
Wow.
Yeah.
And who? Who's there?
Snuka versus one of the Samoans,
One of the
Stud
Samoans,
and,
yeah.
and-
Yeah,
and
it's an
Albano.
interesting. I know.
You know, I'm like, come on,
I don't
man,
know
this isn't fair.
Because I think Backlund was feuding with Stud, so that's why that's matched up. And then, of course, Snuka and Albano. And then Andre's just there as the
Like
hired guy.
already wanting
And
to
the
fight.
referee, guess who the referee is?
Sweet Hanson.
It's Sweet Hanson.
Yeah,
Hilarious. Your special guest referee tonight.
I recognized his ass.
Yeah. I recognize those matinee idol looks anywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
I reckon
This is right up my alley.
I was about to say, okay, Joe, Kelly put together the most Danzo show that you could possibly do. It's great.
Really special.
My boy, the
But
super
the era
fly.
too. This is
83,
is
84, man.
Yeah,
my two
early
favorite years.
83.
Awesome. Wow.
oh
Oh, Andre.
oh. The man who lived in Andre's ass. The thing that made Danzo and I laugh so hard we almost pissed ourselves. That's dumb as fuck. We can't explain why. Just one of those
Wow,
things.
Bob busting out a pile
driver.
Early
One
on.
of the best ones.
Bang. End it.
Ooh.
End it.
Yeah.
Gotta count to 100, man.
This is
Come
probably
on.
a best 2 out of 3 falls.
In an alternate universe, there was no bloodline after that fucking.
Yeah.
This is Alpha.
Yep, no Roman Reigns.
Sika had hurt
No,
his hip or
Sika's
something,
Roman
right?
Reigns.
Oh, is it Sika?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alpha
Wow.
is the Usos.
What's that music that happened there for a second? That was weird.
Oh, but again, my
wow.
favorite wrestler right now is Jacob Fatu. He's the one that feels the most real, and he's awesome. But it's fun that in that little group Solo has, the Tongans are the sons of Haku. Jacob Fatu is the son of the Tonga kid, Tama. They were the Islanders. And I was like, oh, that's fucking fun. I love that shit, man. I think it's great.
There's
Bunch
a
of
good looking
Nepo
guy.
babies.
Yeah, but
this-
they're all awesome, though.
Did,
So
did
who gives a shit?
Andre and Big John Studd ever lock up other than this?
This may have been one of the first times.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said.
Thanks, buddy.
It's not the match where Andre falls
If by
asleep.
okay, Travis, if by lock up, do you mean did Andre ever fall asleep while he was
That
quote
was-
That's what
unquote
we call
locked
it.
up?
The Andre Snuggle, the
That
lockup.
was in the
boss.
Spectrum. It
It
was,
was,
a
not
singles
it was in the
match.
spectrum,
It
wasn't
was in the Spectrum.
Oh, I think you know what that match might be on the card that Joe's Patreon. is on because there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
stud Andre match on that. It ends in a double DQ or a W count out. I don't know if it's the Andre falls asleep for 20 minutes.
Now, if you want to be technical, didn't Andre wrestle one of the Executioners back in the 70s? That was stud. Like in a tag match.
Possibly. Yeah.
It was him and Killer Kowalski.
And Andre,
Yes.
Andre hated Stud for
yeah,
no
he's an
good
asshole
reason.
to- yeah,
for
he's an
no
asshole
good
to him,
reason.
yeah. And they were married to each other for so long. That must have been a miserable existence.
For Stud, it's what gave him. It's what
Yes.
gave him. It's what gave him Hodgkin's disease.
Ooh.
Fill me up, boss. That's what that was. I mean, that's Samoan hog, boss.
That was the ultimate Andre test. If you could
Yeah, I know.
successfully fill him up, then he loved you.
That's why he was best friends with Forrest Tucker.
You're making fun of me.
Am I making fun of you?
No, we saw.
Oh no, sir, no.
We saw his son earlier. Now we got Jimmy.
Dude, he was so fucking shredded.
Yeah,
back
he
there.
was.
Right,
Yeah, totally.
You know why? Because he was just fucking doing juice and blow.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
Captain Juice
That's my favorite Snoop Dogg
Converses.
song. That's my favorite Snoop Dogg song.
Sorted out for Juice and Blow with Jimmy Snuka.
Juice and Blow.
Juice and
believe it's
Blow
on-
and Snuka.
It's on Douglas now.
Snuka's Juice and
It's a
Blow.
hidden
Come on,
track.
Captain Lou's just trying to give him some advice, you know? Yeah.
You play it backwards and
Rolling
Snoop
down
Dogg
the
reveals
spectrum, looking for some
reveals the
juice
truth
and
of
blow.
the Snuka Nancy Argentina incident.
What was crazy about that, and Joe, I think you remember it, that became playground legend talk about Snuka and Nancy Archer. Hey, I heard that Jimmy Snuka was fucking his girlfriend in a hotel room, and he tried to jump off of her naked with a hard on, off of the Superfly, off of the dresser under the bed.
Yeah, that was the thing. The
And,
Superfly off the
and that's what
dresser.
killed her. That's what killed her, dude. That's what killed her.
See, Captain Lou's a nice guy. He's just trying to help him up.
Yeah, just sorting out his hair.
Oh God, I'm not gonna do that again.
Thank God.
Dude,
for
the
these
worst
tips.
gigger ever is Captain Lou. He doesn't
I
even
know.
hide it. He just starts hitting his forehead. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Which is why the
Or
funniest
sometimes
thing in that
dropped it in the ring.
when Albano was on the Morton Downey Jr. show and they asked about Blade, he's like, if I ever did anything like that, my wife would divorce me for being stupid. I was like, okay.
How often did Sweet Hansen ref? That's so weird.
Way too much.
Really?
Yeah, quite a bit at this time.
He did a lot of special enforcer refereeing.
Mhm.
This redneck piece of shit with giant hair.
Yeah, I never got the Sweet Hansen love that he got in the early 80s.
Because apparently he was great in the 70s in Carolina.
He
In
was
WWF, he was the shit.
in the early 70s with Rip Hawk. They had a
With Rip
famous,
Hawk.
Ah, there you go.
famous tag team.
Pretty sure that's a Chapel Roan song, Sweet Hansen Love.
Sweet.
That sweet Hansen love. Can't get enough of the sweet Hansen love.
Oh, is that what she sounds like?
Exactly.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know you're the one that keeps up with these things.
Travis
you work
likes
with
the
the kids.
modern pop music.
I have an 11-year-old daughter, man.
That too.
Oh, that's just
Yeah,
that's
that
not, you would
I
love
get,
it.
I get it by osmosis. Oh, but yeah, but I'm a music fan in general.
Yeah, so am I. That's why I don't listen to anything.
I don't.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of the time I said, I don't think I've ever heard an Ariana Grande song when we were recording something. You're like, that's just ridiculous. Of course you must have. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. Where would I? Now,
Anywhere.
that being said, no, it wasn't everywhere.
exactly.
It's not like it's not playing in the grocery stores. We don't
Yeah,
have
it is.
music in the grocery stores anymore here.
You
Oh,
don't?
really?
No,
Wow.
fuck no.
Too expensive.
Thanks,
I
Trump.
guess so.
Thanks,
Or
Trump.
is that an executive order?
Yeah, that would.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, that-
Music in the grocery stores.
That's
Actually,
so
No,
that,
it's
I
not a
mean,
thing anymore.
as someone who
That's
worked
where
in
you're
a
gonna hear an
grocery store for
Ariana
a long
Grande.
time, that's actually sounds like
Now,
that.
that being said, I finally did get to see her sing and perform because I watched Wicked Part
Wicked.
1 and I thought she was wonderful. So there you go.
Well, she did a Manchester concert, I remember, after there was.
I remember the story about the terrorist attack. It doesn't mean I
Yeah.
listened to her music.
Yeah, but I remember she did a tribute concert after that where at the end, Liam Gallagher comes out. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to get fucking both of them? But it was just Liam Gallagher at the time. But it was still pretty rad. Like the place was going mad, of course.
Here we go.
Again, it's just like, I'm glad someone likes this shit.
Andre dishing out the chops
here it is.
like Ric Flair. No, he can't slam him. No,
drinks like
$25,000.
Is he as drunk as Ric Flair though? That's the question.
Way more.
Between Andre and Flair, I mean, that's a.
Yeah. I mean, Flair was.
Here we go.
I love Captain Lou's little boots.
Those kicks, super stiff.
Serious damage.
Like
kick me, boss.
It's like
I
it's
better
like
not
there
feel
was,
your sneakers on my
Will
back.
he fall down? Is he gonna fall down or
I'm
not?
gonna
He
stuff your
only
head
has
in
a
was
my
like-
toilet.
it was like if there was an animated GIF of Captain Lou there was 3 images and they just kept repeating them over and over again.
Everyone gives him shit about not falling down. The thing is, if he did, he might not get up. He did fall down every now and then.
He couldn't bump like Bobby.
Yeah,
He
That's
couldn't
for
do
sure.
anything. He'd fall down and break his hip.
Well, remember when
He's drunk
Snuka
as
gave him a
fuck.
Superfly splash? He fucking broke his ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin said if he's ever reaching into his pocket, it's either for his blade or for his flask.
First flash. Yeah.
You got it, Junior? Uh-oh.
Is this Joe McHugh?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yep.
The great Joe McHugh.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Still another 7
That
minutes left
definitely
in
him.
this match.
I never knew.
What
him
the
to
hell's
do
going on,
anything-
Gladys?
Do anything
Like Kids in
outside
the
of
Hall sketch.
Valentine.
Yeah. Gotta get laid. Big John Stud.
Jimmy Snuka.
Damn.
I heard Jimmy Snuka killed the chicken lady
Look
in a
at
hotel
that.
room.
Eat my ass.
Flight off of.
Here we
Eat my
go.
ass, boss.
Gonna be a 4-way. Oh no,
Oh
boss!
no, this is
Centipede.
sexy.
So eager to get in there.
What the fuck are you watching?
I'm rock hard, by golly.
I think Bob was rock hard.
I could cancel
Yes,
my
that's
blue. I could cancel my Bluetooth subscription and just play this on a loop.
Who needs Benny Hill when you can just
Watch
watch this match over and over again?
Copy and paste that to Red Gifts.
That's about as good as it gets. Oh, someone's wearing a Ron Jaworski jersey in the crowd.
Night at
Yeah.
the Blue Oyster spot, says Kevin.
Night at the-
I keep forgetting the Blue Oyster. That's
That was-
that's Police Academy's
Yes.
legacy.
That was
More so than the
dude,
Motormouth
I
Jones.
met a couple dudes in my freshman year of college who for slang for gay guys was Bob. I was like, what does that mean? Oh, that guy's a Bob. I'm like, Blue Oyster boy. I'm like, that's
Blue Oyster
and
boy.
at the time even then I'm like, that's fucked up,
Now
but
it means
kind of
Bob
fucking
back.
funny.
I'm a Blue Oyster boy. Never did it up against the Blue Oyster boy.
Is he gonna leave his feet?
Oh.
Not yet.
Now, yeah, Andre's gonna have to do something
Bob's
to him,
gonna
right?
put him down. No, even
No, not for Bob
can't
Backlund.
put
I'm gonna
him
break
down.
your fucking jaw,
There
Albano.
you go.
Better take
Here's
a
a-
bump.
That's it.
No.
There's what you
Gonna
do.
sit on
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
They're all like cashing receipts. They're fucking up. Let's fuck up Albano tonight.
No, that
I
he's
love
finally on the
Albano
mat.
will only fall down for Andre.
Only
That's
for
right.
Andre.
That's right, young man. Andre's
Yeah.
number one. Oh,
Hilarious.
see, he sells. He sells.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a great
God,
song.
no.
Okay, this is
Stop
like me.
selling.
Okay, yeah,
That's
he's-
why we don't want him to sell because
Okay, hold on.
his
He,
wee
hold
little
on.
Winky's gonna appear.
He's selling like me when
Oh
my
my
CPAP mask falls off in the
God.
middle of the night.
I mean, there's still
Just
5 minutes left
imagine
in
the
this
state
spot.
of that pair of underwear.
Oh,
Andre made me shit myself.
Skid mark from
Get
hell.
Nintendo
he's
on the phone.
full. His pants are full. It's full of vodka and fucking
This
Parmesan
shit.
cheese.
Oh,
trying to
oh
shake
my
the-
god.
Let me shake the hand of this
This match
turnbuckle.
is still not over.
Was
Oh,
this
it's
2
a
out of 3
2 of
falls?
3. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
2 out of 3
Because
falls.
Andre
Great stuff.
was DQ'd
Oh,
in the
shit.
first fall, I think. So we're tied at 1 fall apiece. Wow, I'm surprised they did all that. To Albano
Where
just
is
for the
this in the
second.
card? Do you know, Kelly? Is this the main?
This had
gotta
to
be
the
main
main
event.
Yeah, you
Nah,
got.
this would be like the featured match.
I mean, there may have been a curfew
Well,
match.
I
don't
mean,
know.
main event, as in this is what people paid to come see, is because it's
There was
back,
probably also
yeah.
Intercontinental match,
Backlund,
though, right?
Snuka, and Andre.
Well,
That's the
Andre,
main event.
yeah, most importantly, Andre.
Brr.
Because Andre, even at this time, Andre was still doing the
I love this is
territory tour.
the ultimate Avengers
Oof.
Justice League
Oh, totally.
superpowered team of baby faces.
The Hulk,
versus
yeah.
Stud versus versus the Rhino and one of the
Oh, this is
one
best.
of the wrecking crew and
Yes.
I don't know.
This is best.
Here it
3
is.
out of
Vulture?
5 fall.
Here we go.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe they won the first fall too. Is this a clean sweep?
No, because that was the first fall. They
No,
won
I think
before.
the first fall,
second
both
fall.
teams were disqualified.
Oh, okay.
But wouldn't that make it 1 apiece?
No, Andre's team won
Because they won the last one, too.
No, now it's 3-zip because they did win the first fall. This was best 3 out of 5 falls,
Hello,
Crazy.
ladies.
Jeez.
but they won 3-0.
Captain Lou's still in there.
He's still standing. Lou's
Next up.
still
Is there like
standing.
I'm still
Because he's
standing.
Philly cheesesteak next to
Yeah.
Rafa?
Oh, he
It
threw
was,
up. He threw up a
Or
Geno's.
is that
Yeah.
from? No, that's
No, I
a
was gonna
Philly
say
cheesesteak
Morocco. Morocco threw it.
from Lou's undies.
Or no,
Yeah.
Morocco
that was it.
threw it
That
into
was
the
it.
ring to try to help.
There was a Lou's undies are spilling Hormel chili all over the.
Gross.
Ugh.
No, I don't doubt it. Thanks, boss. You smell like shit.
Thanks, boss. I'm not the worst smelling asshole out
Yeah.
here.
For once, I'm not the stinkiest piece of shit in this arena.
Oh dear God!
They
Hey,
all stink.
Hey,
You know he stinks too. You know,
no.
Big John Stud
Hey,
stinks like shit.
you know
Listen
a bad
here, Andrea.
Oh, you know Albano. Albano stinks.
Albano smells like a garden.
Yeah, give me a break.
Stud
Oh,
was
boy,
good in
don't get me started.
Stud was good in a bad movie. Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, which is a piece
That's
of
right.
shit.
Yeah.
Stud's in it, and he's not bad.
That doesn't change the smell, the body odor allegation.
Dude, if you're hanging around Mickey Rourke and
Yeah,
and
you don't think so?
Sonny
Oh.
and Sonny Crockett,
What, do you think the alcohol's gonna drown it out? Anyways, everybody, we got 30 minutes left.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Joe.
30 seconds left. Another just over a minute. Thank you, Joe. Monster Society of Evil.
Let's see where the cheesesteak comes from.
here we
Really?
go. It's gonna
maybe some
squirt out of him
Snuka.
right now. Watch this.
Boom.
Really fun finish tonight. Thank you for joining us, Kevin.
Thank you, good catch.
Thank
Ed,
you, Moose.
hey, everyone, thank you, everyone watching on YouTube. Tell your friends, let them know if you like the same dumb shit that we all do. Please spread the word. The Patreon, $5 a month. We built up an amazing catalog. Tonight, we're going back to 1984, back to the Spectrum with Diamond Joe Danzo. So
Nice.
please,
Yeah.
if you can afford it, Travis really needs the fucking money. Okay.
I do.
She'll go
God, I
to
want to
find
keep
the-
living in Vancouver.
pay
It's
the
expensive
dues.
here.
No, I've heard. I just read an article about what the rents in Vancouver. Like,
That's
look,
right.
listen,
Yeah, they
listen. Running an indie wrestling show actually is like owning a boat.
Let's
It's like
watch
throwing money
Beavis
away.
and Butthead with Sabu.
That's a cornet. That's a cornet. clip.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, yeah.
cornet. Right, yeah.
Every time you see one of those, it's a cornet.
All right.